seems today that all you see is violence in movies and sex on TV. But where are those good old-fashioned values on which we used to rely? Lucky there's a Family Guy. Lucky there's a man who on which people can do all the things that make us laugh and cry. He's our family guy. There's violence in movies and sex on TV. But where are those good old-fashioned values on which we used to rely? Lucky there's a Family Guy. Lucky there's a man who positively can do all the things that make us laugh and cry. He's our Family Guy. He's our Family Guy.
Hello, my darlings. Hello, hello, hello. I hope you enjoyed that little rendition of the Family Guy intro. It is by Fem Belling. Go check her out. Fem, F-E-M-B-L-L-I-N-G. Fem Belling. She does amazing covers of various different songs. I will play another one, I think, on the way out. I found the collection tonight because I found her some time back, and most of her music is not being copyrighted. At least I don't get copyright strikes for the covers that they do, so they seem to be quite nice about that, at least for now. I don't know, maybe I haven't played one of their tracks in a long time, so maybe this video will get struck, but who cares? It's fun, it's nice. So what are we doing? Hello, my darlings. Did I forget to say hello, my darlings? I think I did. Hello, my darlings. How are you this evening, of all evenings? Shit has hit the fan, and we're going to discuss some things about Europe and Europa, and also the Russians. Yes, the Russians. Jawohl. Oh, I just took a sip of Coke, but I shouldn't have, because tonight's drink, we start again with our usual Russian, white Russian. Quite appropriate or inappropriate. I'm not sure whether I should be drinking white Russians now, but it's still so good. So yes, we shall start with our traditional white Russian, but we are moving this evening later on swiftly to a single malt aged 12. I was going to say 18. It's age 12 Highland Park. Highland Park, I'm not being sponsored by them in any shape or form, but are awesome. I just want to show you the bottle. I actually don't have a lot left. I got to get another bottle soon. But I think this will be enough to get us through this evening. I do also still have vodka, and actually I have a bottle of martini extra dry, which I might get a little dabbling into if Highland Park runs out on us before the night's end. So What are we doing, kids? What are we doing? Let us see. Do we have anyone in the house yet? I don't know. We have Mr. NCP in his house. So welcome, NCP. Possibly other people will arrive soon enough. I don't know. But for now, I just want to flip over to a theme, I guess, that I started this lunchtime. And I'm just going to continue in on that, because I think that theme is going to run very strong in the future of Europe to come. And this, to me, is the future of maybe not so much action. I mean, the pictures that I show do seem like we're skewing the whole of Europe has just simply become a pussification of itself, and that every Western society or Westernized societies are just lame bitches, which all the men have turned into women. Now, that might be an exaggeration, but I think it is a symbolic representation of really the political landscape when it comes to Western countries as well. And this is why people like Putin can do what they can. For hard times create strong men. Strong men create good times. Good times create weak men. Weak men create hard times. And thus, here we are. At what level, where are we right now in this cycle, in this life cycle of Western civilization? I think we're very much in the strong men create good times and good times create weak men. I think those strong men of the past most definitely created very good times, very peaceful times, very affluent times, you could say, times of plenty. And that has led to what I call the weak men, the period of weak men, because that has raised generations of weak men. Now, I played a Philly DeFranco in my Banksy's Quickie today, where the military has actually had to rethink the kind of recruits that they take on, because a lot of the men that they take on are not physically fit, and they're not physically capable of even going through basic training, and they are facing a great deal of issues with ligaments, joints, and bone, just generally physical capabilities. Their ligaments, their ACLs, all of that start tearing apart, falling apart as soon as they start to go through this basic training. So we're not exactly, because I mean the armies have never been filled with the gladiators. The gladiators went to the gladiator school. They didn't go to the army. They didn't send their best men to be cannon fodder in the army. Well, not even cannon fodder. They didn't have cannon fodders back in the days of the Roman Empire. Just has become basically slaughters, lambs to the slaughter at in their wars. No, most of the gladiators, who the strongest, fittest men, actually stayed and fought in the gladiatorial arenas, whilst the piss weak or the middle of the road men effectively were the soldiers, the foot soldiers. And actually, a lot of soldiers took on the option of becoming a gladiator instead of going to war, because the life expectancy was better. Ironically, life expectancy as a gladiator was better than the life expectancy as a soldier in the Roman army. So there's a little bit of trivia for you. But nevertheless, overall, have we raised a generation of gladiators, or have we raised a generation of pussies? I beg for the latter, and I will make my case for the latter, and this is my exhibit A of the latter. Are we raising soldiers, or are we raising women? We're raising women, I would say. And why wouldn't we? Why wouldn't we raise women? Because we are raising children by single mothers. Why would mothers raise soldiers? Women don't raise soldiers. Men raise soldiers. Men groom soldiers. And when men grow up in single households of women, they become feminized themselves because they don't have strong role models, male role models around them. So most men who grow up in single parents households are going to grow up feminized anyway. A few of us do better, but not a lot of us become the strong men that is required. And this is by the way, the strength that I'm talking about isn't even a strength of physique. It is the strength of will. It is the strength of mind. That is actually what we're losing right now. We're not even losing out on the strength of physique. You can build the physique. You can you can. Sorry, I'm just doing an adjustment. You can actually work on the physical, but the physical is actually far easier to fix than the emotional and the psychological, the will, the inner strength, the strength of that warrior. And once a person goes past a certain age of influence and kind of, if you like, that molding that they require, then I don't think you can really get it back. I don't think you can make a strong-willed person out of a weak-willed person. You can make a strong physical person out of a weak person physically. You can strengthen muscle, but it's far, far harder and I would say somewhat impossible to strengthen the will, strengthen the inner man, to bring out the inner warrior within one. It takes a lot longer, and I don't think we have that kind of time. I think that's my problem. I think the shit has already hit the fan. Russia and China and other powers that be, they haven't raised their children like the Westerners have. They haven't raised the generation of pussies. They're still, fucking wrestling bears in Siberia. So on that level, I think we have to get our shit together immediately. Now, I was hoping that technology would save us, and to some extent I think technology is still saving us, but you still need soldiers, and we're not raising soldiers. We're raising the one in the lower picture, not the upper picture. I'm not sure if Bolo Young is actually Korean, though. I'll be perfectly honest with you. I'm not entirely sure Bolo Young is Korean, but he may be. I don't know. But I haven't looked this up. These are just my very brief assessment. So yeah, the hardware is fine. It's the software that's the problem. There you go, Kenny Evans. Kenny Evans is on the money to some extent. Yes, you can build physical strength much faster, but how are you going to build mental strength? We need mental soldiers, not. We need the soldiers with the strong will, not these bitch-ass little pussies that we've been raising. And I'm gonna delve further into that concept. I'm just scrolling through some of the strong. This is the man of the West. Okay, this is the MTV awards. And admittedly, I could say, you could say, yeah, you're biased. You're just picking out the little pissant weaklings. But these are the role models that the younger generation are looking up to. You do know that. This is what your 8-year-olds and 10-year-olds are watching when they watch the MTV Awards in order to see their role models. These are the role models of those 9-year-olds and 7-year-olds and 6-year-olds right now. What message is this giving to these children? What message are we giving to these children? That's the point. Because ultimately, children look up to these types of individuals, whether we like it or not. The music that whoever this person is makes may not mean anything to me and you. I grew up on a combination of AC/DC, Guns N' Roses, Jimi Hendrix, and Dr. Dre, NWA, really the NWA, Puff Daddy, and I used to call him Puff Daddy, and he's still Puff Daddy as far as I care, Tupac and Biggie. Those are the hip hop and rock artists that that's my bulk of what I listen to. To this very day, I still listen to the Queen albums. I still listen to what's it called? Dire Straits. Mick Jagger's band. Shit. Rolling Stones, AC/DC. What's the other band? Damn it, Rage Against the Machine to some extent. Also, the ones who did Ace of Spades. I forgot half these names. I should have had the list lined up, but you know what I mean. Those are my music. To this very day, it still is kind of my music. I mean, sure, I had a few pop music in there, Michael Jackson and Madonna. Sure, I still listen to some of those. What's his name? Wham, the guy who was in Wham. There's some pop music in there. And I liked some of the rave music and all that in the 90s. Those were good. Two Unlimited, yeah, Motorhead. Thank you, NCP. Two Unlimited and what's it called? So Solid Crew. I'm not just like I'm not a hegemonic. George Michael, good man. NCP's on it. So yeah, I listen to a wide array of music. Yeah, garage music, jungle is massive. So yeah, it's not the Prodigy. There you go. So yeah, so some of these, I have a good balance of rock music as well as hip hop and garage and rave music type of stuff, jungle. But I don't know what kids listen to. I mean, I suppose drill music, drill rap, and all that shit. Peppa Pig. Yes, yeah, the greatest of Peppa Pig. I'm still into that. But anyway, I don't know what this music this person makes. I don't know who the hell this person is. I just see this image and I cringe. I don't know any of these people. These people are not of my generation, and I don't really mind the children. I'm not expected to understand the music of the younger generation, and I don't pretend to either. This is not of my generation, so it's okay. I'm not one of these old fuddy-duddies that go, music was real music back in my day. Aerosmith was real music, not this hippity-hoppity nonsense. So it's not like I give a shit about what young people listen to, but these are their influences. And are these influences that give you strength, or are these influences that are just feminine as fuck, soft as piss? I don't see strength in this, and unfortunately, as much as most of us, or most of these, especially the millennials and Gen Zs, think that the world is a safe and cushy, fluffy place, they don't realize that men went and died for that. Men of great strength died. These men, you see at the top here, the section, these men went and died so that these men can live. That's the difference. These men died so that this man can dress like this. And we forget these. How quickly we forget the sacrifices they made. But it is what it is, man. I swear, I weep. I weep. Most music since 2000 is shit. Of course it is for you, NCP. But that is because this is not of your generation. You will never understand it. Just like your parents never understood your music, and their parents never understood their music. They banned Elvis Presley from TV. Not banned him, sorry. They had to they had to edit his videos and shoot them from the waist up, because they thought Elvis Presley's shaking about was too sexually provocative on stage. Elvis Presley was too sexually provocative on stage. Now you go think about it when you watch WAP from Cardi B. Go and sit and watch WAP of Miss Cardi B, and you tell me that Elvis Presley was too sexual and too sexually provocative to be shot all the way, down to his feet. He had to be shot from the waist up. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? Some things do change, but not necessarily for the better in the world. I'm not sure WAP is exactly a major contribution to the Western civilization, but here we are. Here we are with WAP. Don't get me wrong, I love the song. I think it's fucking hilarious. But here we are. Here we are with WAP. Okay, so yeah. So this is what we're sending. UK land force are battle ready. This has been so well done. I can't. I just can't. My friend sent me this. Oh my god. Oh my god. Yes. This is what we're sending to Ukraine. As long as we got our gender pronouns right, it's okay. We'll beat those Russians because we know how to address our soldiers with the correct pronouns. Because these are the generals or the health secretary, assistant health secretary of Joe Biden's administration. Yeah, fuck those Russians. Those Russians are fucked. They don't know what they're getting into. They thought they were fucking around with the wrong people when they went into Afghanistan. Wait till they get a load of this. Oh man, I should have had that Joker segment ready. Well, they get a load of me. Yeah, the Russians don't know what's fucking coming for them. They don't know who they're fucking with when this comes round. This comes round with that. riding on this fucking thing. That's how we're gonna get them, kids. That's how we're gonna take them down. We're gonna take down these Russian bastards. Oh fucking hell! That's just terrific. Okay. Good to see they removed the phallic barrel. Yeah, they took that disgusting toxic masculinity phallic shaped barrel to shoot the enemy with, because we know that that's just the patriarchy extending its genitals. Yes, I believe from now on all tanks must have their main barrel removed, because that's just a sign of the patriarchy. And what about those missiles? What about those fucking missiles? Let me see. Let me just show you guys. Look at this shit. You want the signs of the patriarchy? You want signs of the patriarchy? Look at this. Look at these fucking things. There's toxic masculinity for you. Feminists, where are you? Where are you? Where are the protests to take down these phallic-shaped, toxically masculine rockets? These are the very, very essence of patriarchy right there. You see, a woman wouldn't make a rocket like this. The woman's rockets would be round with a little nipple. Fuck me. Yes, feminists, come and take down this patriarchal, disgusting missiles. Oh, that's good whiskey. It is good, but it's so harsh, and I want to desperately mix it with Coke. But if I do, my ancestors, my Scottish ancestors will come and kill me, even though I don't have any Scottish ancestors. But you never know. You never know. Because I will be defiling that beautiful single malt by putting Coke in it. But I'm such a pussy. I actually need this. I need this as a chaser. The White Russian is my fucking chaser for that single malt. The tank is a symbol of violence. Yes. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Actually, Titania McGraw did a great take on this today. Is it Titania or no? It is. It's Titania McGraw. Let me see if I can find her take. Shit, where is she? Where is she? Oh, bollocks. Let me see if I can find her. Fuck. Fuckity fuck. Crypto Titania. Oh my god, there's so many Titania McGraw. I hope this is the original. Is it? No, this can't be it because this is not a check mark. This does not have the blue check mark. Son of a bitch. I follow her. Where are the fucking people that I follow? Where is she? I can't see it. But she had an amazing take on this whole Crimea thing. Actually, there's Lawrence Fox. He's posted a take. Let me just see if I can quickly read this take of Lawrence Fox. What the fuck is going on here? Okay, there's a lot of there's a lot of let me see if I can get this Lawrence Fox section on. Here we go. Come on, Lawrence, do this thing. Says this tragedy should be a wake-up call to the West. The weak, wet, woke woke penance, kneeling, diversity, equity. Actually, let me put it up on this bit so I can see it a bit better. Shit, can't actually get it any bigger. Okay, let me read it. It says, this tragedy should be a wake-up call to the West. The weak, wet, woke, penance, kneeling, diversity, equity, and inclusion obsessing, critical race theory loving, pronoun pronouncing, net zero fanatics, who promote victimhood as bravery. This emboldens your adversaries. There you go, Mr. Lawrence. Fucking in a nutshell, we still have men with some fucking testicles and some testosterone in their veins. We have still got some fucking men out there. I swear, this gives me so much more hope for what's been happening in this world. This actually gives me a sliver of fucking hope, because most of these fucking most of this shit, most of my feed is just this bullshit, this kind of bollocks all the time. And the funny thing is, here's what I want to move on to before. By the way, the panel is available for anyone who wants to jump on. Let me just post thy link one more time. Yeah. God, I want to go to a nightclub. I actually haven't been to an actual nightclub in nearly 2 years. It's fucking killing me, man. I need to go to a nightclub. I want to dance. I want to listen to some loud music where I can't hear myself fucking think. Drink some watered down shitty fucking bar vodka and beer, and just generally be like normal, like 2019 again. I really want to. Anyone? The problem is, I don't know many nightclubs that are open at the moment. I have to go sort them out. We have... Oh shit, hold on a minute. What the fuck? This was not supposed to be like this. Bollocks. You see, this is what happens when you put in a link. Hello? Who are you?
Hello. I'm not too bad. How are you?
I actually said who rather than how, but that's all good.
Oh, who? I'd rather not say.
Yeah, well, the problem is you have to kind of say, because I'm just gonna kick you.
So what would I tell you if I was
like
Banksy?
do you listen to me? Who are you? Like, what is your
I'm
handle?
Banksy. I'm Banksy.
No, you're not fucking Banksy. I know that for sure.
Yeah.
So who are you?
Okay. I'm Banksy.
So
I
what
would
is?
tell you my real name.
No. Just like, do you have a nickname on the chat or anything? It doesn't have to be a real
just
name.
call me Clive. Call me Clive.
Okay, Clive will do. There's a random person. So you don't really come onto these.
I was on
streams.
YouTube and I typed in my own name and you came up.
You typed your name, Banksy. Is that what you typed?
That's what I typed.
So
it's an exclusive, so you need to film this.
It is live.
Ask me any questions.
It is being recorded live. I actually don't believe you're the real Banksy, because the real Banksy doesn't actually follow me in any shape or form. Even though I've persistently tweeted at him many times, just completely ignores me.
Twitter's just a little bit of a cesspit, as far as I'm concerned. But my art for sale. If you go onto my Instagram. Yeah. You can go onto my website as well and just buy my art if you want.
Sure.
Exclusives.
Sure.
All I'm trying to do is promote.
So who was the name of that gentleman in that first documentary about you called Mr. Brainwash? What was his name?
Mr. Brainwash?
Yeah. Your documentary. Exit through the gift shop. Do you remember your documentary? You are Banksy, right?
Yeah,
you would remember the documentary you were in.
Of course. Apparently I was in it, yeah.
Well, at least the documentary people were under the impression that the hooded man was you. Money.
It's cute, isn't it?
So that wasn't you at all? You had nothing to do with that documentary?
No, of course not. No.
I see. Okay, fuck it. I'm just going to go with Clive. Did you say Clive or Colin? No, you said Colin.
Clive. Let's go with Clive.
You said Colin, right? You fucked up. You said Colin.
No, I said Clive before. Rewind it. Anyway,
you actually said Colin.
The only televised interview I've ever done was back in 2002 or 3, maybe.
Was it?
When I sort of painted cows and sheep and cattle.
Yeah. How about the hotel you built? What was it called?
Again, that wasn't me.
What was your hotel?
That wasn't me.
That wasn't the Banksy. You didn't had nothing to do with the hotel.
No.
Even though Banksy is well known for going. And where was it, by any chance?
Again, it wasn't me.
Actually, Banksy is very well known for that region that the hotel was
people
built.
love making money off of my name.
That's what it is. That's what. So Banksy didn't sign off on any of those artworks or the hotel or anything to do with all the stuff that he did in that particular region of the world, which I'm sure you know where it is.
Wasn't me.
Oh, for fuck's sake. Forget this. Okay.
Especially not in New York.
Fuck it. You're on the panel. Let's go with Colin. Or was it Colin?
No, Clive. Clive. It's just call me Clive. We'll stick with Clive, God damn it.
Okay, Clive. What are your thoughts? Actually, let me just quickly and introduce this segment, and then we can also include this as well. At the moment on the live stream, I've got the picture of Telegram and now it would have been Telegram and VK. What the fuck did I do with the VK image?
So why can't I see the live stream?
Well, you should be able to. You should be. No, you can't see it here because I'm not sharing it on this in this panel. I'm sharing it only on my live stream, so you have to actually watch the live stream to see this. But nevertheless,
I was beforehand.
Sorry,
I was beforehand, but it got cut off.
When
I joined the stream.
Oh yeah, are you on a phone?
I'm on a telephone, yeah.
Okay, that's why then.
Because I'm on a burner phone.
Yeah, I can imagine because you're the real Banksy, so you can't be tracked. So exactly. you'll have to. This phone will self-destruct in 20 seconds.
Well, that was me. That was me in the museum. That was me.
I can imagine.
With the help of a few friends.
But yeah,
loyal friends.
Let me just introduce this segment, and then you can chime in on this. At the moment, the only alternative social media for most people that have been ousted effectively by the mainstream social media groups like Twitter, YouTube, Facebook, etc., is actually outlets like Telegram and VK. The irony here is that Telegram and VK are both Russian. So
that's ironic.
So it seems that those.
By the way, next week there's going to be a new graffiti, a new little piece of artwork from me exclusively next week. You'll see where next week. Okay, so that'll prove that that'll prove.
Where would it be though?
You'll see. It'll be in the UK.
No. So it's in the UK. Will it be London or other parts of UK?
No, it's not going to be in London. Or maybe. I'm not going to give away the.
But if you tell us, at least we'll have a bit. I mean, this is like fucking mediums and people who talk to the dead and tell your future. You just do some vague shit.
I'm not going to give away the location for obvious reasons.
But you can say north of England, south of England, west.
Oh, it's going to be in the south.
So southeast, southwest.
Oh, here we go.
Well, no, I mean we're talking very, very general. I mean, the southeast of England is massive.
So is the southwest, and it doesn't matter.
Southwest is like Wales and Cornwall and all that. So you can narrow it down for us, so that way at least if I see it, that is specific enough for me to go, oh, maybe that was the real Banksy. But if you just say south of England, and then Banksy happens to do something in the south of England a month from now, it's just way too random, dude. Way too vague. I mean, you got to give us that.
Maybe I'll do it in my hometown. Maybe I'll do it in my hometown, Bristol.
Okay. Okay. Well, I mean, we all know Banksy definitely comes from Bristol. So are you going to do a replacement for that statue they took down?
Absolutely not.
I mean, Banksy's quite leftist, right?
Is he?
Of course. He actually hired a refugee. He bought a ship, an old French. Well, actually, no. What was it? Was it a French naval ship or was it something else?
Well, I don't know. You tell me what the media's been telling you.
No, the media hasn't been telling us. Banksy himself told us. The media just simply reported what Banksy did.
From which source?
From multiple sources, not just one source. You do realize I follow Banksy's antics reasonably closely because of my nickname.
On Instagram?
No, not
That's
on
not
Instagram.
rolled by me. That's not run by me. That's not run by anyone.
I'm not talking about your Instagram
all
account.
The social media, none of them places.
So Banksy is not known for buying a ship and then rescuing refugees.
It's a whole archive of making money and followers and advertisements and things like that.
I see. Anyway, whatever,
Other
man.
people run that.
He's taking requests. I don't know, Miss Banksy. Maybe. Do you recognize your wife?
See what happens about the Russia-Ukraine thing in the southern part of England next week, okay?
Okay.
I promise you now. Okay. I promise you.
So you're going to do something about the Russia-Ukraine peace event in the southern part of England? You're going to do a piece?
I'm going to do a little art piece, yeah.
All right.
I haven't decided where yet specifically, but it's not going to be... I'm not going to say a specific place or location.
Well, you literally have just cut the country in half. That's all you've done. It's okay.
Yeah, it's going to be down south. It's going to be down south.
You'll be safe. Okay, we'll look forward to that. But what are your takes on the fact that the alternative platforms, the social media platforms, which a lot of the alt-right or alt people who've been chucked out of all these other mediums have been going to, and now as we know, these are Russian-based social media. So if you start posting anti-Russian information onto these social media, do you think that this is basically they're just going to start censoring people regardless? And
I don't have social media that's run by me personally.
So are you aware of the news?
Of course I'm aware of the news. I keep up to date with it quite specifically. I don't know what your question is quite.
Well, my question is, there's that right now, do we have any news sources or new social media sources that we can honestly trust to deliver any any honest reporting of the events of Ukraine, because we've all come to recognize we can't trust the mainstream media. The online social media are incredibly curated and censored, and the ones that were supposedly free, the main two, are Russian.
Well, I think the British social media over the past sort of 10 to 12 years have been under such scrutiny that they have to tell the truth now. They have to verify all these Twitter videos and make sure that they're absolutely correct. Otherwise, they'll become under scrutiny themselves.
But they don't. We all know they don't. They post false information all the time.
Twitter is the main cause of sort of, bullshit.
Well, okay, forget Twitter. I'm talking about, first of all, your mainstream media, your BBCs, your CNNs, your Skys, your CNBCs.
Yeah, what I'm saying is they get all their information from Twitter, yeah? So they have to verify each and every single one of those videos.
Are you serious? You're saying the mainstream media corporations like that, their biggest source of information is Twitter?
Yes. It's raw information. It's raw material. It's people that are there at the scene posting this stuff online via Twitter that are then going to broadcast it later on to the BBC News and other sources of information.
Back in the day, these companies actually had reporters who sent them out to these locations to report from. You do realize these people used to gather that information raw and unfettered before Twitter and before social media. They still have those means available to them. If a social media if a major news network is dependent on Twitter for their reporting,
of course they are these days.
They are fucked.
Listen, is the BBC News right at the heart of every single battle? Of course not. No, it's the people that are in their sort of houses and things like that, filming out the window on different things that are happening in their neighbourhood. That's where the fucking sources come from. And the videos come from. That's where the videos come from. And then they get posted online and then used later on, 24 hours later in most cases, in mainstream media.
So you're saying to me that they don't have, right now the BBC wouldn't have anyone on the ground?
Of course they do, but they're on the wrong places. For example, where are you from? Sorry, where are you from?
I'm in London.
You're in London. Which part?
I'm in London. I'm not going to give you any more details on that.
You're not in London.
Sorry?
You're not in London. I think you're from like Sweden or somewhere like that.
I'm in London, dude. I'm a regular at Speaker's Corner.
Oh, for fuck's sake. Anyway, listen to me.
I don't travel from Sweden to Speaker's Corner.
The part of the world you're from right now, your town, right? Say you're in a town outside of Kiev and Kiev's getting bombed.
Sure.
And you're there, placed there by the BBC News to try and report on something. But the incident happens in a village somewhere north where no news people are, but the people that have phones are, and they're recording it.
Yes, those are so some of the
live
reporting.
Feed of phones are going to get sort of sent to Twitter, sent to all these social media websites, which the media themselves will pick up on and use for their own websites. And their own agenda and their own gain.
Yeah, that happens. But what I'm saying is,
that's exactly what is happening in Ukraine right now. There's not news sources all over the fucking country, is there?
They still would
they're
have.
In Kiev, they're in the capitals.
No, because
as
Associated Press.
Previously, all these villages and things are getting bombarded with helicopters.
Yeah.
The news people ain't there.
Yes.
How many news people do you know what I mean? Like, there's more population,
of course,
than news people.
Of course, but what I'm saying to you is,
and they all have cell phones. Every single person these days have cell phones, so they can pick up on news quicker than the fucking BBC News can.
Yes, but again, what I'm trying to tell you is that the Associated Press, for example, has members all over the world, situated, especially in hotspots.
But how many members do they have compared to the population of the country that they're trying to
I know what you're saying, that there is a better chance. I mean, but I would say their first-hand, proper, verified reporting comes from these kind of individuals on the ground. If they then have to go to some guy who's posted a vertically recorded video from their phone, then they will, but not as the first port of call. And it's certainly not very, reliable and verified source that some dude just recorded something. So it is a bit. I think it's a bit of a mixed bag. Back,
which is where I agree with you, which is why it has to be verified, and that's why it takes sometimes a day or two to be verified, for then them to post it on their news channels.
I see. Well, fair enough. I can accept that. I can accept that mixed bag of reporting from citizen journalists versus actual real on the ground people. Who's this clown shoe? Dude, there's someone in the text who just posted that. Who's this clown shoe? Dude, old cool McCoy. I don't know. We're calling him Colin. Or did we go with Colin?
Clive. Let's go with Clive.
Clive. There we go.
Your audience are always going to back you up, though. Let's be honest.
No, I mean audiences are just audiences.
I'm glad I can't see the chat right now.
Audience members they've got their own thing going on over there. Occasionally, I try not to get distracted by them, but occasionally we do go there. Okay, so
how many viewers have you got in this sort of
in this thing right now? Who am I looking at here? To be perfectly honest, I can't tell. About 23.
Okay.
We're small fry.
Are there any people that are bigging me up or
bigging you up? I don't know. I haven't read any.
Banksy just a little lame ass cunt that everyone hates.
Which Banksy? Sorry, who are we talking about here? When you said
the one and only, baby.
Oh, I see. You as the Banksy, as in no. There's no one's gonna. No, I don't think you're. Nobody believes that you're the actual Banksy anyway. So nobody's actually going to big you up. You are Colin. No, Clive.
Clive. Yeah.
Yeah.
Clive.
Nobody's big enough. Is anyone big enough? Come on, guys. Let's big up Clive. Let's put in
big up Clive.
Big up Clive, and put in a I don't know a fire one or whatever the fuck. A number one if you guys want to big up Clive.
Yeah, number one if you want a big Clivey boy.
I hope you are the real Banksy, because it would be awesome if I could actually talk to the real Banksy. But alas, we'll go with Clive, who wants to be Banksy. I'll take it. It's a slow night. So yeah, going back to what I earlier on posted. I don't know how long you've been listening, but do you have any affinities, any opinions on the feminization of the Western man? Clive? You still with me, Clive?
Hello?
Okay, Clive. Yeah,
shit, what happened?
I don't know, man. Your mic went dead. Yeah, I'm just wondering, do you have any opinions on the feminization of the Western man?
The feminization of the Western man.
Yeah, and do we have the kind of manpower, effectively, or the testicular fortitude to be able to actually go up against a country like Russia?
Testicular? Come on, bro.
I'm sorry, was that too big a word for you?
Testicular fortitude.
Fortitude. It means having the cojones, the balls.
I'm just laughing because I love that sort of analogy.
It's not an analogy, it's a phrase. It's an expression.
It's the same shit, like.
It is
same shit.
It is known as having the balls.
Having the balls to what?
To go up against war or a country like Russia.
All right, so let me ask you a question.
Answering a question with a question, kind of like a politician.
Yes. Would you go into a war for your corrupt country government?
Well, I mean, it's regardless of what I think about the politics of this nation. If this nation's very well-being and very existence is a danger, then I wouldn't have any choice but to. So, if we're talking about a war in Europe, on the same scale as the Second World War and the potential future of Britain? Do you think you have any, if you wish to live in Britain, if you have family in Britain, do we really have a choice? I mean, really, the question you want to ask yourself is, are you happy in this country and do you wish to preserve it?
I mean, my life's going by.
Your life is going by. Do you have children? Do you have...
I feel great.
Family members who have children? Do you wish for them to carry on living?
No, on a serious note, right? One sec. I'm back. Right, so...
I think Clive's fucking with us, kids.
No, I'm not fucking with anyone, any kids or anyone that's under the age of 18.
No, I was referring to my audience.
Or 16. Wait, 16's too young as well, even though it's legal here. But still, no.
Clive's getting nervous all of a sudden.
No, we're good, I swear, I'm not a paedophile.
Nobody said that. You totally misunderstood the expression. I was talking to my audience, and I refer to my audience as my darlings, my kids, my guys.
All right, let's just calm down right now, okay?
Yeah, but what I mean is, it's my reference to my audience, not to you.
Invaded my country, and they bombed the fuck out of us. And because I don't live with my parents, right? I've got my own place, and I'm successful, and whatever.
Congratulations, you're a grown man.
Yeah, thank you. You probably do as well. Anyway, say they bombed my parents and they killed them in a war. For example, France, yeah, they come over here and they're trying to take us over and all this bullshit, and they bombed my parents. Of course, I'm gonna fucking get really pissed off, grab a gun, and just shoot to my death. It's the same with Iraq. It's the same with Afghanistan. All the civilians living there, when the American troops came in and bombed their families and stuff, of course they're gonna rebel. They're gonna be like, right, fuck these cunts. They've bombed my mum. I'm going to shoot them back. And then, therefore, they were considered terrorists.
Okay.
And they were like, you know...
In this case, you wouldn't be considered a terrorist. You would be considered a patriot.
What, if Russia... Oh, yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Because you're going out... No, see, there's a difference. You are going out and contributing to an open warfare with an enemy versus the insurgents within Iraq or Afghanistan who were not declaring open warfare as a nation to the occupiers. They were simply fighting an insurgency war, which, I mean, you know, they say one man's terrorist is another man's freedom fighter. So in all honesty, there's a grey line there as well. But for the most part, if Britain goes to open war with Russia, then you would not be considered a terrorist, certainly not from the British side. You would be simply a soldier fighting in an open
No, of course not. And that's not what I was saying. I was saying from the West, like when we invaded Iraq and all these other countries, saying that they had nuclear weapons, which they didn't. And then we didn't expect the families of those who were bombed to try and fight back against us. And then we labelled them as terrorists. Yeah, that's the fucked up thing, right? Sure. Of course, in this consequence, like if Russia invaded us, of course I'll fight to the death because it's my own country. And you know what I'm trying to. I was giving a little example on the Middle Eastern invasion back in 2003.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay, so in this situation, my question still stands, and you know, you yourself answered a different question to the one I asked. What I asked was...
Well, I did answer yours preliminarily afterwards.
In what sense?
Well, I just said, yes, of course I will.
No. I didn't ask if you would go to war. That's the question. The question was, do you think that the West has the testicular fortitude, which you found amusing, or the balls, to be able to stand up to Russia?
If a NATO country gets invaded or attacked, absolutely.
So you still believe that the Western powers have the the actual, the physical and the militarical, I don't know, that's not even a fucking word, the military might, to be able to actually go to an open war, and the generations of men that are raised in this nations are capable of actually arming and going to war in the way that their forefathers did.
Yeah.
Well, I'm glad you have more
I'd
hope.
be one of them. Yeah, and sorry to like sort of blunt your question off when I just went, but yeah.
Yeah, no, that's fine. That's fine. I mean, it's good to have, I suppose, some degree of hope. I myself, I'm not as convinced. I don't think that we've raised.
I mean, who would it be? It would be like Russia, China, North Korea, like them three main countries that would do some damage.
No, you'll have
North Korea.
You'll have
like
Iran. You'll have Iran. You'll have groups from possibly other places like maybe even the Taliban of Afghanistan. Taking the Russian side, you would have other, faction, sort of groups that will, because there are multiples of different groups in the world, like the Al-Qaeda's, Al-Shabaab, ISIS, etc., who will then damage Western interest with terrorism at the same time as West is, the Europeans and the Americans are involved in a war with the bigger powers of Russia and China. So you're dismissing that, like, the ISIS group will suddenly back down and won't do anything, or Al-Qaeda or Al-Shabaab or Al-Muhajirun, all these other faction terrorist groups. What could they possibly
do from their own territory?
Well,
nothing.
No, not from their territory. They will infiltrate. Like no, but the thing is,
what I'm saying is, it would mainly be with war weapons that can literally fly overseas into our own countries. Would be Russia, China, North Korea. Apart from that, the other ones, but they've got Taliban and all that. Yeah, they just fight on the ground, live in caves.
No. You don't realize. Those nations will not be. It's just like when the Second World War. It wasn't just Germany and Japan. It was Italy and a multitude of smaller nations and smaller groups that did also assist. It's just the main powers happen to be Japan and Germany. So in this case, it would be a similar situation. It would be the main two powers of China and Russia, but there would still be smaller players such as Iran and the various terrorist groups who will take the advantage of destabilizing these nations.
Don't have planes or anything.
No, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. They would. Yeah,
you can fight them on the ground and won't win. Fair enough.
No, they wouldn't be ground fighters. No.
What I'm saying is the main people that can internationally bomb people is Russia, China, and North Korea. They can send missiles overseas. The Taliban can't.
No.
The Taliban
can't. But this is what I'm trying to say. As they are doing that, as the Western powers are busy involved in that, they will then, these other groups will infiltrate the internal, or they already have probably people on the ground, where they will start creating terrorist attacks internally within the various nations that are involved in that open warfare with China and Russia. So they will simply take advantage of the situation to further damage and destabilize the internal affairs of the Western nations as they're engaged in an open war with these two greater powers. Do you know?
But how would they get there?
What do you mean, how would they get there? They're probably already here now. You think ISIS doesn't have members in Britain? You think that once open warfare? No, but that's what I mean. Because right now, the security agencies are fully focused on them and trying to take them down. So if they raise their head, if they ever come out of their hole, boom, they get squashed. But once Britain is involved,
if they were in England, what are they going to do? Like wipe out 3-4 people with a fucking suicide bomb?
No, you don't realize. It's not that they're going to wipe off 3 or 4 people. It is the fact
they've got people on them monitoring them all the time.
I know.
In the British Army, remember that last terrorist attack in London? How long did it take for the police to shoot that guy? 1 stab, 2 stab, boom, he was dead.
Yeah, but
straight in the head.
But the thing is,
what I'm
trying to express to you is, first of all, there was one that was on the bridge for ages with literally citizens, civilians, one of them with a narwhal's fucking tusk, trying to keep him down until the police arrived. So no, it wasn't just 2 seconds. It didn't happen in a few seconds. It took quite a while. Second of all, what I'm trying to tell you is that whilst the British government, the British state, is incredibly busy and embroiled with an open warfare with major superpowers of the world, that's when these people will take advantage of that situation, because the security agencies won't be on them as much anymore. They won't be guarding the internal affairs.
But what I'm trying to say is, what would they do? what would they do?
Well, they will then blow up and cause terrorism in
Blow
Germany.
up? There's no one blowing up. They're all getting monitored in the UK.
That's what I'm trying to tell you. The monitoring, yes, but the eye will be taken off them once the open warfare happens. It won't be taken off them.
There's so many. You think all these military, the whole of the military, are focused on this one person? No, we've got plenty of people here.
Yeah, but once
they'll get taken out before we fucking wipe Russia out. They'll get taken out before we bomb other people. They'll literally go around their house, take them out, get their little sort of ants out the way before we kill the cockroach, sort of thing, and go on sort of.
Yeah, no, I think I'll be honest. I think this is a very low level analysis of the situation. I'm not talking about these guys just suddenly, all of them emerging out of their little holes. I'm saying that as Britain is involved in this bigger event, these other groups will then seize their moment of opportunities in order to create more havoc and create more damage. And so this is I'm just talking about the multiple different players that will come into this situation. So it's not just focusing on focusing on Russia or potentially China. It's all these other little tentacles that will come out.
I do agree with you with that, but then so who have we got? We've got China, Russia, North Korea, Taliban.
No, Iran.
Whereas with Iran, okay, Iran as well.
Potentially the factions in Iraq.
Look at all of NATO. Look at all of the surrounding countries. Like, who's going to win?
Well,
Let's be honest.
That's what I'm saying. The whole of NATO, even the United States and Canada involved in all of this. We can't really depend on Australia much. They never really have, although Australia will do what it can. Canada is a lame duck. As far as South America is concerned, can't really depend on a lot of those countries. So really,
think about the countries that you say you can't depend on. Whose side are they going to most likely
fall on? No. They'll fall on the British side. I'm sure New Zealand, Australia will be on the American side.
New Zealand's a British.
That's
colony.
What I mean. They'll fall onto the British and the American side. But what I mean is, can you rely on them in military power?
It's another country to post your sort of military assets into.
Sure. I mean, again, they will maybe give tactic and logistics assistance, but as far as the hammer is concerned, I don't think you can really rely on them to become, to have a major military part in this. And they never did. I mean, Australia didn't play a massive part in the Second World War.
You sound like you're bigging up. You're trying to you're trying to be on Russell's side right now.
No. I'm looking at the landscape, and I'm trying to point and pick out the various players.
You don't know the military of all these countries.
Oh, I do. I mean, this is the thing. I mean, I know that. So America still has
all these countries should win against Russia, China, and North Korea, surely, and Iran.
I mean, I'll be perfectly honest with you. I don't want any of this to go to war. This is purely hypothetical, and I hope, because we're talking nuclear powers here, and from what I've understood, Russia and Putin has not even taken nuclear deterrent or the nuclear attack off the table. He is keeping everything on the table. But what I'm trying to point out is, has the Western nations lost their focus because of their internal social issues of, are they more worried about gender pronouns in the military than they are about having men who can actually fight in the military? Like, those are the things that I'm concerned with. Because from what I can see, certainly on the surface, it seems that there are more gender non-binary people, and the military of the United States and Britain and Europe is more worried about using the correct pronouns of the guy who they're going to give a rifle to than to figure out whether this guy with a rifle is actually capable of killing a fucking man. I am more interested in that.
I can see the mass world population, even Russia's, protesting against Putin.
They're already doing it now.
Everyone, every single person on this globe right now, except from Putin and his government, don't want war. And they're all protesting against it, even in the Russian country.
Yeah. I mean, there are people out there who are doing that.
I honestly respect that as well, and I don't want war. No one wants war. Do you want war?
No,
absolutely
of
not. I guarantee you don't.
That's a bad solution for everyone.
In this earth wants war. We just all want to live in peace together, in harmony, shake each other's hands, brush it off, believe in what you want. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Just live in world peace, please.
Yeah, but Putin doesn't respect. You see, this is what I'm saying. You see,
Putin has such a big ego. He doesn't want to let it go. But he started this now. Imagine if you had such a big ego, yeah, and me and you were having a fight or something, and I'm like, right, yeah, I'm gonna fucking shoot you in the face, and then you've got a shotgun. You're like, I'm gonna blow you in the stomach. Like, who's gonna give up first? If you've got a bigger ego than me, you're not gonna give up. Shit analogy, but you know what I'm trying to say.
Oh
right?
yeah, 100%, 100%. I'm with you in that. But again, I'm trying to analyze, or at least think about this situation, this current situation we face. Is that nevertheless, whether we want war or not, war is going to, it may come upon us regardless. I mean, look at right now. Look at what's happening in Ukraine. The people of Ukraine don't want war. War is being thrusted upon them.
The people of Russia don't either. Yep. The people of Russia don't either.
It doesn't matter. Again, it doesn't matter. The war is being thrusted upon them. It's irrelevant whether they want it or not. Nobody's asking. Putin isn't asking for permission. So this is why it matters if you have a big stick. Because, they say, if you want peace, prepare for war. And so, I mean, we know America has an incredible military, far bigger than, certainly the budget is is larger than, like 12 countries combined. But
you say that, though,
where's the will?
The weaponry and stuff, Russia wins.
No.
Russia wins over weaponry.
No, not really.
Compared to the US.
How do you mean?
What do you mean, how do I mean?
In what
Russia
sense?
have so many more nuclear weapons, which is ultimately the destroyer of Earth, than America does.
I don't think so. I don't know. I can't say for sure.
Yeah, no, they do. Like, look it up. Look it up right now.
Okay, let me see if I can research it. But be honest, I'm not entirely convinced that Russia has a bigger.
They have more nuclear weapons than the US. Nuclear weapons are soul-destroying, earth-destroying weapons. The more nukes you have, the more powerful you are in this day and age, isn't it?
Not necessarily. I mean, we've got enough nuclear weapons that can wipe out the whole of humanity.
The more nukes you have, say you have 20 nukes, yeah? I've got 20 nukes, you've got 10. Who's going to win?
Okay.
I'm going to blow your 10 nukes up with my 20 and demolish everyone around you.
Okay, I mean, you're right that Russia does have the largest nuclear stockpile in the world. So yeah, I mean, they do have a large, the largest nuclear stockpile. But it doesn't really matter because, I mean, the whole MAD concept still comes into play as a mutually assured destruction. America can and Britain and the NATO allies combined can easily destroy everything in the Soviet Union, in Russia. So it doesn't really matter even on that scale.
How is that so with nuclear weapons?
Sorry?
How is that so with nuclear weapons?
Well, that's what I'm saying. They could. I mean, even if Russia launches any kind of nuclear strike upon Western nations, the Western nations can, in return, completely wipe Russia off as well. So it's a mutually assured destruction. That was the MAD concept that was in play during the Cold War, and that concept can still come into play now. It hasn't gone away. So Russia may have more nukes, but that doesn't make any difference.
Did you say 20? 20.
No. No. They've got hundreds. It's that Russia has the largest stockpile of nuclear weapons in the world.
Yeah, so imagine if they launched all of those off at one time.
There you go. Russia has...
Every single country out there except from Russia, they launch all of those at the same time. Who's going to win? Russia.
Yeah. Russia has 6,257...
1,000, exactly.
Yeah, 6,257 nuclear weapons. They have 1,000... Let me just get through this. 1,458 active, 3,039 available, and 1,760 retired. So they don't actually have active. They only have 1,458 active.
Only.
No, but you got to but this is where it counts.
No, one sec. So one of their 1,000 hits the base of UK, right?
Oh yeah, no, we're all fucked.
The nuclear site of the UK, and blows all of those nukes up. That's going to nuke the whole of the UK. And at the same time, he does exactly the same to America.
No,
blows all of their nukes.
What you got to realize is
he's just going to wipe their country out.
No, you don't realize. It's not like they launch and then we don't even realize it until they hit. The minute Russia launches a nuclear missile, there are early warnings, systems that will warn, and so America will retaliate.
There's still going to be radiation there, isn't there? If you hit one of their missiles out of the sky, just one of them out of the 1,000 whatever they have, one of them, all the radiation is going to spread all over your country and kill.
Of course, everybody's going to die anyway. I mean, this is not a.
It's going to be World War III. It's going to be like a massive global destruction.
Oh, sorry, Arundel, come back. Oh, we lost one. We had a guy that was about to come on, and then he dropped off. What happened, Arundel? I was just about to let him on. He just literally, as he came on, he dropped.
How dare he?
Arundel is a German white national supremacist, nationalist for sure.
What?
White supremacist.
I don't want to speak to him.
Mark. It doesn't matter. I speak to him. But he dropped off. Yeah, I mean it's amazing. A German white nationalist. That's quite interesting. But yeah, he's gone. Unfortunately, he dropped off. Is he coming back? Oh, he's back. No, he's not back. Oh, he is. He's back. Hold on. Hello, Arundel. How are you, sir?
Hello.
Hello. Can you hear us? Hello.
Give me a minute. I have to select my audio.
All right, I can hear you fine. You sound fine on my side. I think he must have headset issues. He has to switch his headsets off. But I'll let Arundel introduce himself to you, Clive. Yeah, Arundel is basically considered a white or ethno-nationalist for sure. I think he's still organizing his headset. But yeah, we'll carry on where we were. So, oh, someone's ringing. Is that yours, Clive? Clive, you still with us? Fuck me, everybody left. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm still here. What I was asking was, do you agree with his opinions?
Oh no. I mean that's me and Arundel have had many a conflicting evenings discussing his position. As a German, you would think he would know better than to support.
So where are you from?
I myself, I was born in Iran, but I have lived in England all my life.
Okay, so you agree with his white supremacy? Because I live in England as well.
Oh no! I find his opinions to be reprehensible on many levels. But that doesn't mean I don't tolerate him. Sorry?
So why are you friends with him?
I'm not friends with him. He's an internet personality, and we converse over the internet. We have conversations.
A nice, good debate then, I guess. Yeah.
Civil, sometimes, sure, but. You know, we've had multiple conversations.
What I respect, actually, yeah.
The fact is that because I despise his opinions, that doesn't mean I can't talk to him. My my concepts of freedom of expression, and you claiming to be Banksy, you may have appreciated some of this, is that I appreciate the principles and I follow the principles of free speech, even though I despise the people sometimes I have to have that speech with. It doesn't mean that I enjoy the conversations that I always have, but nonetheless, I respect the principles that I stand upon. So for me, it's the principles.
The light bulb has just gone off above my head. Putin, Biden, Zelensky, let's go on a live panel. Let's go.
That would be awesome if I could get Putin on here.
Let's all just chat things out.
Yeah.
Come on, please.
Well,
chat things out.
If they would talk it out, things might be actually far better than
I
what's
believe
happening.
so as well. Which part of the UK are you from, by the way, if you don't mind me asking?
Well, I was raised outside of London, but I live in London now.
Okay, I'm just on the outskirts of London as well.
So we're all in that hood,
in the communal area,
Yeah, in that general. Yeah, I go to Speaker's Corner. Oh, you're in the northwest.
I'm in the northwest. Yeah, Speaker's Corner. What's your name?
Banksy style.
Shut the fuck up, Clive.
No, my name is Banksy style at Speaker's Corner. Everybody refers to me as Banksy style. That is my nickname. All right. And that is how everybody knows me. Look up Banksy style at Speaker's Corner and you will see me probably Banksy getting my ass kneed by some fucking harpy of a Muslim woman.
No, so I watch a lot of Speaker's Corner, to be fair.
There you go. If you type
Banksy,
Speaker's Corner Banksy style.
Banksy style. Okay, I'll have to look that up on YouTube.
Find a fair few videos.
Yeah. Okay.
I've been at this game a few years, but anyway, let's get back to now. You see, the thing is though, the main theme. Now, I know you come up here and you don't really know the general layout of my stream. The basic theme I try to do on a Friday is I get drunk reasonably well.
That's haram.
And then we take the piss out of most people. I mean, I literally have a segment called the Wheel of Cunt, where we will pick the cunt of the week, and then we will spin a wheel, and the Wheel of Cunt will decide whether this person is a cunt or not.
Are you a practicing Muslim?
Especially with the single malt whiskey in my hand, I am. I make sure it's halal whiskey. And a halal white Russian, which is what I'm enjoying right now. So that's how I roll.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah, and I enjoy a nice halal bacon tomorrow morning.
Oh, for fuck's sake, no.
That's how
we all know pork is gruesome. I don't even like pork as a white man.
I love pork. I fucking love bacon, man. Gotta be insane.
Bacon's alright sometimes, but chicken's my thing.
Yeah, no, don't get me wrong. Chicken and 99% chicken, and then some beef. A nice steak is definitely awesome. But breakfast, 3 rashers of those. You see, the thing is, I like American style bacon. I don't really like British style bacon.
Yeah, I'm the opposite.
Yeah, I know a lot of people obviously in Britain love the British style back bacon. I actually like the bacon rashers, which get really crispy when you cook them. And now most of my audience are going to kill me for this because this is the most soy boy shit ever. But I actually fry the bacon so it's incredibly crispy, the rashers. And then I make some toast, and then I smush up some avocados onto that toast, and then I put the bacon on top and a little bit of brown sauce. Now that
you sound like a vegetarian without being a vegetarian.
I'm a vegetarian with bacon is what I am, and it's the kind of vegetarian that I like. So yeah, I know that people are going to ridicule me for this, but the avocado and that bacon, it just sets off the toast in like the most amazing way. I will highly recommend for you to try it. Now you can try it with little diced bacon amongst and avocado and maybe some cheese. Sure, maybe a sprinkle of parmesan on the toast. Now this is the most soy boy fucking hipster breakfast you can possibly get, and my audience is usually the mug of tea English breakfast black pudding type. So I'm probably going to get a lot of shit for this, but I love avocados, bacon on toast, and maybe some cheddar or parmesan sprinkled.
Whatever you like, darling.
Exactly.
It's good for you.
Exactly. Now something happened to Erendor. He unfortunately had to drop off. But it is what it is. Okay, so if you were to take the piss out of Vladimir Putin, where would we go with this? Because I'm going to show a picture of Vladimir Putin up on my stream. Let me bring up...
Is it a picture of like a tin, an empty tin with some poo in it, with Vladimir on the top?
Vladimir Putin. That is actually very good.
Go for that one. I reckon.
I don't think there is one, but I do have a meme image, which wasn't even a meme. This was actually published by the actual Ukrainian, I think, newspapers today, which I'm gonna share. I'm gonna see if I can share my screen with you, and I'm gonna share this with the audience first, so they can see it. But let me see if I can share my screen with thee. And then we can both observe. So if I share my screen right now, you should be able to see the image.
I can't see anything.
You can't see it?
Can't see shit.
You can't.
Wait, what's your YouTube channel?
Banksy Star Live. But actually on the actual Jetsy panel right now, can't you see anything that I'm sharing?
Nah, one sec, because I'm on some meet.jit.si channel, web browser. That's what I'm on my phone right now. Like, what do I type into YouTube? Because I can do it on my PS4.
Oh yeah, Jetsy Means is what you were on, but on YouTube it's Banksy Style Live. So yeah, this was an image a cartoon actually that was published in Ukraine for the audience members who can actually see this. Until Clive is ready to converse, I'm just going to go to the audience. So guys, what do we think? I'll be honest, I don't see this as a major... I mean, the cartoon itself is a piss take of Putin. So I don't see any way we can actually then enhance upon taking the piss from Putin on this image. Banksy Star loved the MGTOW live stream. That's a controversial one. Some people love it, some people hate it. A lot of people hate it.
I saw this one earlier, to be fair, this picture with Hitler and Putin.
Okay.
Yeah, I like this one. It's one of the good ones up there. Maybe I'll...
Sorry. You got cut off. Oh, your microphone is muted. Unmute your mic, Clive. MC, welcome.
Oh,
is this MC?
Hi, Banksy.
Yes, by the way, it is MC. Big up, MC. My man in Poland. You're on the borders of this whole shit show that's happening right now.
I am.
You're literally my man on the ground over there.
Well, I even sent you one little video. With the jet.
Yes. Oh, it was you. It was on Discord. I was looking for that fucking video and I couldn't find it. I thought it was on WhatsApp. I was sure it was my WhatsApp. And so I kept looking on WhatsApp. I'm wondering, where the hell is this? And I couldn't find it.
I can post more if you want to.
Yeah, no, yeah, definitely, dude. If you get any more things like that, yeah, post away, and I'll do videos covering it. But yeah, what's happening over there where you are right now? What's going down?
By me, it's peace and quiet, but behind the border and with the Ukrainians that I'm talking with, it's like total shit show. It's like full scale invasion from every side, from the Black Sea, from the side of Donetsk and Donbass, and from Belarus. It's like everything is flying, and if not dropping bombs, then shooting with their artillery, and the Russians are coming. Yes.
So this is like full-on war. People are shooting in the streets. The tanks are rolling in. Airplanes,
they are giving
jets.
Civilians the weapons.
They've given civilians weapons.
Yes.
Holy shit. Yeah, I've heard that if you're aged, I think between 20 and 60, you're not going to be allowed to leave Ukraine, and you're going to be drafted into the army.
Well, that's for sure.
Yeah. Aha, hold on. Let me bring on Erondor. He's just requested to come back in again.
Anyway,
Erondor, are you with us?
All right.
All right. Good man. I think your cam's on, dude, because it's it's a blank screen. But good man. I'm always wary of porn bombers. So sorry. Let Erondor, just before I bring you in, MC, keep going. So what's the latest right now from Ukraine?
Well, we have the first victims for sure. I mean, thankfully also first Russian victims. I'm glad about it, to be honest, because now Banksy, as terrible and as disgusting as it may sound from me, I don't want Ukrainians to suffer. I would like this war to end just like that. But the thing is, I hope that this war for the Russians will actually be like. I mean, it will take very long to exhaust them financially, materialistically, and military, and erase the morale. You get me?
Yeah, I'm with you. But do you think that this will really take anything away from Putin's ambitions of trying to get in? As in, trying to continue to Kiev? I mean, as far as I understand, they're going to Kiev, or they're already there. I don't know.
Well, I will see, because, the situation is ending from hour to hour.
Yeah. So what's the last thing that you heard from your side is that they're basically arming the citizens, and it's a full-scale war as far as the Ukrainians are concerned.
Yes, it's basically a full-scale invasion from all three sides that Russia is bordering. Not, of course, mentioning the sea, Belarus and Donbas and Donetsk.
What's the story with Belarus? Is Belarus going to be invaded as well?
Belarus is the Russian puppet state, so they don't have to be invaded.
They're
just giving them the terrain.
Okay. So they're just a puppet arm, so they can just remain as they are. Okay, yeah. Erondor, what's your opinion, dude? I mean, you must like this.
Where should I begin?
Ethno-nationalist hegemony.
This thing is so complex. You can view it from so many different perspectives. I don't think we have the time to really put a light on every interest that I see and that has legitimacy in that conflict. To the overall question of the stream, I would say, however, that I see it as a chance. I see many people being baffled here in the West. As I said before in the chat, I think that most European men, even what's going on within their countries, I think with all the terrorist attacks, even the rape gangs and so on, they had trust in their system. That the system and this idea of the values of the West, right, the Western values, will eventually triumph, and it will convince people who not think like us. They will eventually become like us because it is superior for some reason, ideology-wise, as well as the institutions like police force, military. That will be enough. And really, the average man don't have to put any sacrifice into it. It is another one's responsibility. It's a responsibility of the system, right? And now that illusion, I see, was greatly crushed by a thing that Europeans thought couldn't be possible, another warlike situation in Europe. Right? It was always the promise of the European Union, basically, that, and they were already lying about that, saying, well, there's 75 years of peace within Europe. That was a lie. We had the conflict in Serbia, right, with
the Balkans,
Yugoslavia. Yeah. Exactly, but they almost denied that this has happened, right? And now we have another situation, and that was long coming. I mean, From the Russian perspective, I can give you the Russian perspective first. We have a Polish friend here, and I think most of Western Ukraine is basically are Polish ethnicities, as far as I can see. There's Romanians, I think, Bulgarians, and maybe some Finnish people living in Western Ukraine, mostly. Then you have the other regions, which are primarily populated by Russians. I think Donetsk and the region that Putin, before he attacked, has already declared as sovereign states, of course, under the hegemony of Russia, right? So from an nationalist perspective, I would say I'm fine for secessions, right? Even though I don't think that the elections in what was it, Belarus were totally faked, right? But I think in Donetsk and so on to have these, this is the thing, right? You have a multi-ethnic state. You have Russians there, Russian speakers there. You have Ukrainians there. Eventually, this will lead to conflicts, right? And I think the best solution is something like a secession. So that's for that. But that doesn't justify, of course, the full attack on Ukraine. However, from a Russian perspective, they were provoked for decades by the West. They had many states becoming members of NATO, right? Russia has seen what NATO has done, all these illegal wars against human rights, right? Without the legitimacy, they attacked. And of course, they are afraid. On the other hand, you have the Ukrainians, the Polish, even the Germans. You have still a big genetic memory fear of what was going on in World War II, right? Especially with the Holodomor when it comes to the Ukrainians. The brutal occupation of Poland by the Russians, and the mass rapes of the Soviet Union against the Germans. So that fear is still there. However, we have to deal with reality here. The Russian mentality is they were humiliated after World War II, right? Russia always was thinking of them being an empire. And that will not be vanished. You can't get them away from that kind of thinking. They're not just another nation, like something like Sweden or Finland or something like this. And we have to deal with that reality. And the best way forward, even though I don't see it coming because we have the wrong leaders in the West, to solve the situation would really be to, and probably also because even you have some patriotic people in Eastern Europe, but they are living in their bubble, right? And they're not willing to make sacrifices because they still have grudges against Russia. I would say we have to get Russia into the European, to see them as Europeans and not so much anymore as Eurasians. So to get them away from China, right? Get them away from China. Bind them into the European, civilizational model, and get them away from the Caucasian, Turkish, Tatarian, and now even China model. We have really forced them.
But why? Why would Russia do that when they see that European men are now becoming mostly women? They now want to have their gender pronouns. Why would any country want to become more European and more feminized? Why would any country want to do that?
Want that, right? And maybe they want that from in the here and now. They probably even support the West becoming so weak, because then they have nothing to be afraid of, right? To basically ensure that they are, free to govern their own.
Exactly.
We saw that with Ukraine. But what I will say, yes, we have to have a mentality change. We have to have a change in our elites to solve that problem. Right now, I don't see that the Western elites are backing up. They have way too much invested in this whole global homo system, in the mentality, and so on.
Well,
and
speaking of the global homo system and the cathedral, a lot of people, and I think I did a stream with Manny Cinder last night on. Oh, somebody's making some noise.
Sorry, it's very bad, but I've shut it down.
All right. Oh, was that the video you're watching? Cool. But yeah, a lot of I did a stream with Manny last night in regards to the World Economic Forum, and the Klaus Schwab openly said that he's already got Putin in his bag of leaders that he's already collated. And so could all of this simply be a form of power play, a form of distraction, really, from what they're actually attempting to do? Because they have seen, and I would imagine they've also accounted for the pushback, because when they were going to go for this, and when they were going to use this COVID for the so-called Great Reset, they would have expected Western Europeans, especially those who know and remember what freedom is like, will be pushing back. The truckers in Canada, the protests in Europe, in England, Germany, France, Spain, they expected these pushbacks. These were accounted for. And so they have contingencies for all of these, I would imagine, because these people are not stupid. I mean, you may call them crazy, but you can't call them stupid. They would have sat with very smart people with massive resources in order to map out how to go about and how each country will deal with the dissenting voices and the protesters of their nation. They would have had all of this, I would imagine, already pre-planned. So could this simply be another step in their ultimate plan, that this Russia is going to do this to Europe?
This is the other big theory, right? So there's probably three big theories. That is one of them. And that all of this is just a theater, right? And really it is that they are all basically controlled, or all have the same goal behind the door, behind closed doors. Well, that is the most frightening situation, I would say, for humanity, really. If you don't have any other, because then you would also say that China is part of it.
Well, China potentially could be part of it.
Yeah.
Why wouldn't China be part of it?
I hope we have to think about that, right? That possibility. I would say another, to explain it away, so to say. I'm saying I will not laugh about people making these claims. There's many things that speaks for it, but it could also be that you have to play the game to a certain degree. You have to meet at the World Economic Forum when you are a leader and so on, and then you can still have your own ambitions, right? And when you get into power in a country like Russia or something like this, you have to deal with the mentality of the people there, right? To some extent, even our politicians to some extent.
That will be challenging.
Yeah, and so I don't know. I think Putin has his own ambitions, and he is a power. He won't grant someone like Klaus Schwab standing above him. I don't know, but
so you're saying that these guys have their own agendas and their own egos.
Yeah, we can't know that.
Okay, Banksy, I have to tell you that once Putin even said that the fall of the Soviet Union was the biggest geopolitical catastrophe of the 20th century. I can even say that to you in Russian if you want to, because I speak the language. Rozwał Sowieckiego Sojuszu to największa geopolityczna katastrofa 20 wieka.
So what I mean, are you saying that Putin's own personal ambition is to actually rejuvenate the Soviet Union?
I mean, it is true that there will be no Soviet Union as we know it before 1991, but something like that, some new empire, because as Erlander have said, in the mentality of the Russians, being an empire is essential to their nationhood. They cannot see themselves as anything else like a normal country. It's just impossible. And the thing is, yes, he wants to be like go to history like some kind of a famous Russian leader, a czar.
Yeah, so that would ultimately be better, right? If it would look like something like the Tsar Empire, that would be more in line with my values. However, I see a big that Putin is also pushing like nostalgic feelings about the Soviet Union, and that is what I'm afraid of. That this is part of this what in Germany we call it langfristige kommunistische Strategie, which is a long-term communist strategy, that they only pretended that the Soviet Union has fallen, but the same people that were leading the Soviet Union are still basically in charge with the same mentality, and they just broke up the Soviet Union in order to play weak and to pretend that communism isn't a threat anymore, but and to focus the Western attention on something else, like the war on terror and so on, right? Which is ridiculous because the West, of course, invites the terror in these countries, right? So, but this is the theory, and a lot of things are speaking for it, right? That this is a long-term strategy, that the Soviet Union doesn't really has fallen. It has made a strategic step back, right? In order to also be then more effective in subverting the West with communist propaganda. Of course, however, one has to also see that there was no real reason for it, because the West has decided to basically allow this new kinds of communism, which is the new left, to gain power without pushbacks, even though you had the Cold War. So I don't know about that. It's all very complicated. That is what I'm saying.
Man, that's a tough one. Okay, guys, I wanna shift gears a little bit, because to be honest with you, this show is supposed to be about people getting drunk and taking the piss out of things, but it's just become incredibly depressing with this Ukraine situation.
Just one thing. I mean, I'm sorry to say that, but anything Russia that can give to any people and anything that they want to conquer or colonize will always be inferior in life standards to what we ever had. Sorry to say that. So they cannot do anything to make themselves look more attractive that the country would like to join them, but only by force. If you haven't noticed that, sorry to say that.
True. One thing I want to actually quickly ask someone like Erendor, because you are no doubt one of the people who's probably well, actually, I don't know if you've been banned from any of the social media outlets, because you're not. I don't know. Do you actually do
Twitter 4 times?
You've been banned from Twitter 4 times. Okay, so for someone who's actually been banned from these social media platforms, I presume you've gravitated towards things like Telegram and VK and these. Now, what are your thoughts about the fact that these are Russian-owned social media platforms? Are you? I mean, how free are they gonna be?
Yeah, good question. I mean, Telegram, as far as I can remember, at least from the surface, Russia has tried to shut down Telegram in Russia. So the guy that invented that, also funny enough, also a young global leader, and a Russian, but Telegram hasn't shut down Telegram as of yet. It might be the case that there's a reason behind it. Maybe they're fishing for information via that website and they will shut it down when it fits them. Something like this could be happening. That is why I'm saying also get on Gap or something like this, aside from Telegram.
I see.
We have to be flexible with these platforms. Nothing is really safe. No platform is really safe.
Well, by the way, Speaking of platforms and speaking of, is it true that Microsoft have bought Discord?
Microsoft has bought Discord. Oh, that's interesting. I don't know.
Think so.
I'm asking you. I don't know. I'm asking you. People here.
Interesting.
I think they bought off. No, it was Facebook that bought off WhatsApp, I think, and some big tech giant bought off Discord for sure. That is what I know, but I don't know which. I have to check.
The thing is, Microsoft has been buying all the major gaming platforms. They've bought Activision, Blizzard, and several other sort of major. I think actually someone, I don't know, is something saying Ubisoft possibly as well. So they are buying all the companies who produced games like Call of Duty and all these other very immersive games because they are launching, or effectively they're going to produce their own metaverse. This is their way of because I mean, you know, Facebook is now making a big push for the metaverse, but actually they don't have that much content for the metaverse. Whilst I was watching a whole video about the metaverse and who's really going to come out on top, and just because one company is ahead of the curve with mentioning a particular thing doesn't mean they're going to be dominant in that field. And the example is Bill Gates gave a speech back in, I think it was 1998 or 1995 when they launched Windows 95, 98 respectively. And he talked about in the future you will have a neural network where you will be able to see on mobile or handheld devices your schedule, your calendar. Effectively, he was describing the internet as we know it now. But the funny thing is, Microsoft wasn't the leader or didn't become the dominant force in mobile technology. They actually fell behind because they couldn't adapt fast enough, so they ended up with with being third place to Google and Apple when it came to mobile devices. Even though Bill Gates knew where this was going to go, it doesn't mean he dominated that field. And it's the same with Facebook. A lot of people are saying just because Zuckerberg knows that this is coming, it's in no way guarantees that he is going to be the leader in this field, because right now what Microsoft is doing, unlike Facebook, is that they are buying up all of these content creating companies like the games companies, and then they're going to have their they already have their Microsoft environment, which they're going to push into the metaverse, where people can have virtual meetings with virtual billboards, virtual meeting rooms with virtual whiteboards, all the rest. And then so that's going to be the business side with Google Meets, not Google Meets, with Microsoft Team, with Office 365 and all the others. So that's all going to be part of the metaverse, where people have business in the metaverse, versus all the gaming that they also purchased, who people are going to then have gaming and their social time in the metaverse. So you'll have your business, your day-to-day work in the metaverse through Microsoft, and your social leisure time in the metaverse through Microsoft as well. So just because Facebook is pushing and is ahead of the curve, or appears to be ahead of the curve, it doesn't mean they're going to be the winner in this fight for the metaverse. And that's what I saw a video on, basically.
Yeah, that is a topic on its own.
Exactly, that's a show by itself.
That is huge. Yeah, I listened to a great analysis from Martin Sellner about the metaverse. It was just mind blowing. What's coming there? How
was he saying?
Shape our world.
Sorry to interrupt this topic for a moment, but I just want to add only one thing. Go back into the format. I know it's lame, but
no.
Elron, I mean, it's quite funny when Russians are concerned about human rights, like they would actually know and understand the concept of it. Sorry to say that.
The very people.
The whole human rights thing is dead anyway.
Yeah, but
we are now. I think we have entered a new stage, a new era. I expect. I already said that 2 days ago that I expect also that China will probably make its move towards Taiwan, and that is also probably a big reason why we haven't seen more action against Russia, because America is very focused on China at the moment. So I think that behind the scenes for Putin to make that bold of a move, they probably had a behind the scenes deal when it came to Russia attacking Ukraine with the Chinese. So that is my theory why Putin made that bold move, because Putin is not stupid, right? I mean, the only problem I have with Putin is the bad propaganda to justify the war against Ukraine. It was very poor. Most people in the West, in Germany and so on, really didn't get any news from what the Russians are claiming. For example, the Donbas region, I think about 14,000 people died there. And yet you have heard nothing about that in the Western media. So there was already basically, how can you say
Russian forces are now in control of the Chernobyl nuclear power plant.
With non-official military troops from each side. So there was already, and now the Russians can claim, well, we will bring, we will solve that problem, right? We will end these things. What I fear is that you will have like a situation like in Afghanistan if Russia decides to occupy that territory for longer with military force. However, I think I don't think Russia can afford it because most Europeans, not only most Europeans, see that as an unjustified thing. And Russia will also then have no troops in other regions where they need to have troops. And don't forget that the internal conflicts of Russia are huge. They have a multi-ethnic state, right? So there's always conflict that can break out. So Russia can't really afford to occupy Ukraine for a long time militarily. So my guess is that they probably split that country up in different regions. That is probably his plan. Some will decide to go with the Russian side via elections, right? And they will grant basically a demilitarized Western Ukrainian their own so-called sovereignty, of course. But this will be no sovereignty because they have no power to, in any way, to shape their own destiny, right? They have to play balls with Russia. So that is probably the most likely outcome when it comes to that. He will split up the country in different regions, so it poses no threat to Russia anymore.
I mean, they have posed no threat to them since they have get rid of their nuclear weapons in the 90s. But the only threat that the Russians think, even NATO is posing that. I mean, I don't think that the Kremlin even believes that. I mean, how the hell you can attack a country with thousands of nukes and think you want to get away with that and not being annihilated? Russia has that. Their nukes are maybe not accurate, but very powerful. I mean, the warheads, and no country will survive that.
Yeah.
Especially not the United States.
But the president of Ukraine made statements that he wants to have their nuclear weapons back. So that was a provocation.
Can't blame him, to be honest.
Yeah, I can't either. But that was a provocation, and that was going against the contract of Minsk as well. Just like you could make an argument for annexing Donbas, and the other region was also against the contract of Minsk. But I think that the problem here, and also how can I really support the Ukrainians? I know that there's a lot of national patriots fighting there, but there's also a lot of liberals at the same time controlling the government. So you have this strange alliance of hardcore nationalists in the Ukraine with some of the most, pro-Western degenerates there. Even and then you had our German president, even on a photo, meeting with someone from Azov, right next to the current president. I mean, this is ridiculous, right? these guys are so hardcore nationalists. I think some of them are even national socialists from Azov, right? And me making the slightest right-wing statements like man and woman are not equal or something. The government, my government, goes hard on me like nothing seen. And then you have a photo where our president, like Steinmeier, he is on a photo with one of the Azov members there. So the hypocrisy, this is another thing, the hypocrisy of the West. They have completely lost that kind of thing, I think, as well. So no one believes the West anymore. They can't make these judgmental, moral high ground statements anymore. And we live in a new era, and we will see. And when you go with the theory of Banksy, that it will be an interesting narrative for the right, then you can frame it like what it really is. It is a war between the new left and the old left, right? And what is the solution? Right-wing politics is the solution then. Because you have the new left, basically global homo, on the one side as a big player, and then you have on the other side basically a crypto communist, maybe even open communist, Stalin admirers from Russia. Of course, hiding behind so-called Christianity, right? I think this is just propaganda. I don't know. I don't believe that Putin is in any way like a Christian or something. I think right now this is propaganda. To hide that they are really still communists.
Well, how do you mean the Soviets?
Yeah, no, Russia today, I think, are still basically.
I mean, Russians have their own system, always had, compared to us. To us and all over the world. I mean, a centralized government was always a part of the reality, be it in its Tsardom or be it even worse under their communist rule. If you would read the history of that country.
Interesting. Okay, guys, I'm gonna pivot a little bit to a little bit lighter subjects because after all, this is meant to be slightly lighter, and oh my God, we're running to 2 hours now, so I'm gonna try to.
I want to mention one more frightening thing, right? Especially for the civic nationalists, and I hear, of course, nothing of that sort from the Western media, which is that Putin is now sending the Chechens, right, which are hardcore Muslims, into fighting basically Christian Ukraine. So this is another thing that is frightening, that the Russians, even though they pose as Christians, are now in an allyship with some Muslim fraction. They are fighting our brothers in Ukraine. I mean, this is just this is the problem. Russia don't think this could be a solution. If Russia would have decided, for example, the West is anti-white, we are basically another power block of saving the white humanity, right? The white race, basically, that would probably get Poland to their side. But you can't trust them because they don't care about race, it seems. They are justifying their wars with saying, well, we have to fight the fucking Nazis. The West is making the same statement. We have to fight Nazi Putin. So everyone is fighting the Nazis once again, right? So clearly, Russia is not criticizing the West for being anti-white. So therefore, I don't see how I can support. We are basically any side winning this is no benefit of us, of our thinking, of my.
No matter
thinking,
what side wins, everybody loses.
Yeah, really. The only thing that is helping me is legitimize the current elites in the West as being weak, as being, this helps us. But that's it, right?
Okay, guys, I don't know if you can see your screen or what I'm sharing. I'm sharing a tweet by Titania McGrath, who's my favorite person on Twitter. I don't know if you know who that is. That is actually a man who runs this channel. But Titania's comment is, with our superior commitment to diversity and inclusion, Putin does not stand a chance.
That is ironic.
What are your takes on this?
This is an ironic comment.
Yes, it's all sarcastic. It's all everything she says is sarcastic. But yeah. So what do you think? With our superior commitment to diversity, inclusion, and equity, Putin doesn't stand a chance.
Okay, so let me have my own take on this. Here is the deal. I mean, Putin have a vast number of medium range and transcontinental range ballistic missiles, but he have none. I mean, also hypersonic weapons, but with the superior amount of all the dildos of the rainbow colors, he will lose that war.
I saw a comments of Wow just 1 month ago against Russia saying basically unironically this thing, and now yesterday you made a tweet just said fuck saying this was so funny, right? I mean, yeah, I would love to hear what the left has to say about the current situation. I would love to hear some streams about, they must be panicking like hell at the moment and coping as well. They must be coping so hard, making excuses so hard. You know, all these virtue signalers on Twitter, we have to make a stance and so on. Who's willing to go to Ukraine, to sign a contract and go to Ukraine and fight for what they stand for, right? No one. They are not even willing to really. If they would put up, you know, you see them leaving Twitter because they're triggered that they get a different perspective in their comment boxes, right? Just imagine them having to feel the pressure that the right is under, right? Right now, the left has become so weak, so pathetic. They can't even deal with any kind of, you know, comment section that is disagreeing with them.
Oh yeah, absolutely. One thing I wanted to whoa, what the fudge is going on? Oh, I clicked on the wrong thing. Yeah, actually, this is my my Speakers Corner .online page, and I post a lot of crazy. Actually, let's. What are your takes on this?
I mean, this guy.
I'm sorry. I have to break up the fucking show to lighten the mood a little bit. I can't just leave it.
But you know, Banksy, frankly, I'm a little bit amazed because I live literally next to the country that is invaded, and I'm like in a nothing. Like nothing would be happening, and you feel depressed about it. You know, you live in Britain, far away from it, and
I know, it's
you
crazy.
have nuclear fucking weapons. Russia would not dare.
Of course not, but still, you know, I think we all come to. I guess it's it's like altruism and empathy. Is that
and maybe
we consider Ukraine? I mean, Christ, Pavlov is a good friend of mine. I see Pavlov at the Speaker's Corner. We talked to him. We ran a show together for a while. He's a great guy. I don't want his family and his people to be fucked up. I know people from Ukraine.
I get it because deep down inside I know we could be next. I mean,
exactly. That's the other thing.
But okay, here's the deal. My take: if the guy would ever be in the military and get the order, get this strong order, look at your face. I mean, without a mirror, the general, the sergeant, the corporal, whoever would give him an order to look at his own face, like literally, he would do it with the eyes where they were going here, there, and there. I mean, order complete, order obeyed.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, sorry guys, I'm gonna go to this. It's just totally random. It makes no sense whatsoever. The camel just kicked the man.
This is the best one.
That's Iranian.
Best ones.
The rest of these
doesn't have to make sense.
How is Pavlov doing? If you have seen him recently,
I haven't heard from him for a long time.
I mean, I'm asking Banksy. Have you even heard from him anything?
Heard anything from what?
I mean, have you seen even Pavlov?
Pavlov? No, I have to get in touch with him. I haven't actually. No, I haven't heard anything from him ever since this whole thing is kicked off. So yeah, I'm attempting to get in touch with him and actually try to get him on a panel to have a little conversation.
If he will want to talk, of course, maybe he will be not. He may not stomach it. You get me.
Yeah. I mean, this is the thing. I don't know how much he wants to get into it, but generally, if I can actually have a conversation with him, that would be awesome. I mean, I'm just going to privately talk to him anyway, and just to make sure that his family are okay. But if he wants to get on a panel and talk about it, that would be brilliant. Here's another take from Titania McGrath. Note to parents: if your children address you as mum or dad, they are attempting to erase your identity in accordance with an outmoded and oppressive gender binary. Disavow them now.
Yeah, this is also a statement that the guy that unfortunately because I had my monologue, he later left, but he was saying no one wants war. Dude, our own government is at war with us. They're at war with gender, with the sexes, with getting the kids to revolt against their parents and elders, right? Their grandparents. I mean, we are at war. You might not see it as such, but this doesn't mean that this isn't a war against you, my friend. Our countries, we are them talking about, Völkerrecht, which means I don't know what it is called, like Völkerrecht, people's right or something of self-determination, something like this. Okay. In the Charter, right? We don't have that right here. The Germans don't have the right to have an own country. If we would have said, no, this region is for us, and we don't want it to be invaded, right? Whether with weapons or whether with people opposing like refugees, right? And our own fucking government putting a gun to our head if we oppose them, right? And not let them take territories, not let them take over and build whatever they want on our territory. They would go hard against us, our own government. So we don't have that right anymore. And now all of the sudden, right, these people are once again standing for. I mean, it's all hypocrisy. This is what I mean. So and there's no solution with the current elites. They have their way. They will continue like this, and they won't admit defeat. That's what it is.
The thing is, I typed in Twitter hashtag Ukraine, or I think it was Ukraine free Ukraine. No, Ukraine. And look at this. Someone put a hashtag Ukraine for selling NFTs. No matter what tragedy, no matter what fucked up shit is going on, there's always some grifter out there trying to make a fucking buck out of it.
Of course.
It's unbelievable, the level of greedy fucks that are out there that are willing to make a buck out of whatever situation that happens to be going on. There's always some sad. I think this person should be fucking ridiculed for being such an asshole to try to sell an NFT over that hashtag. Fucking hell. But yeah, these are just some of the imagery of different places. Like this is
that's virtue signaling, right?
It is a little bit. Yeah.
This is just like, this reminds me on the rainbow shit.
Exactly. The funny thing is,
how the Ukrainians must feel right now?
Yeah, well, this is the thing. The capital of each of these countries, London, Berlin, Brussels, Rome, sorry, not the capital, but these cities. Every one of these countries, every one of these cities is a capital of a major power that could actually do something about this situation rather than fucking paint your fucking walls with the colors of the country's flag.
I mean, basically, the Ukrainians are in the same situation as Poland was. The UK and France promised them to protect them against the Germans back in World War II. And the Poles were stupid enough to provoke Germany based on that, because they had the backing of. Well,
wait a second.
They thought they had the backing of the UK.
Just a moment, Elronder. Just a moment. Whoa. Here we go. How we did provoke Germany? By if you mean the Gliwice provocation, sorry, it was basically a theater spectacle to make sure that we somehow look like we'll be the aggressors, when in fact we knew that we cannot be the aggressors in that war. And yes, it was a very well played spectacle that we somehow attacked Germany. Didn't happen. Sorry.
You attacked our minorities from the territories that were stolen from Germany after World War One. They were clearly hundreds of killings.
It was our terrain that you have to get 123 years ago. I waited for that for so long, but thankfully you
you did the same mistake that the Ukrainians did right now. Forbid the Russians to speak Russian, of course, and like a proud. Look, I have nothing.
German.
I would argument, right, that assimilation basically is a good thing, and we should demand that in Germany with newcomers coming to Germany. However, it's a different thing with people living there for hundreds of years, even, and then you make that demand, right? Totally erase their own identity, right? So, yeah, and the Ukrainians made the same mistake. They were the puppets. Now, what happens now? It was in the American interest to basically stop Nord Stream 2. That was one of the major reasons why they used Ukraine, and why it's still important, even though geopolitically Ukraine isn't important for Russia, for the US, only so far as to basically have the means of invading Ukraine eventually. But resource-wise and so on, it's not very important for America. The thing was to stop the Germans buying their oil from Russia, and with that, and Nord Stream 2, right? And with that, bringing them closer to Russia, having better relations to Russia, and so on. And that goes for many other European countries, bringing them closer to Russia and getting them away from America as being basically the hegemon of Europe. So that was one of the things. Then, of course, Biden has his own personal reasons. He had his son Hunter Biden having own personal business within the energy industry in Ukraine. This is another thing that could be. And you have basically a lame duck president, right, whose support is dwindling. So therefore, a war is always good, or something like this, right? So all of these things are coming together. Then you have, of course, worldwide. It's not only in America or something. You have the threat of a financial crash in China as well. So I think even China wants to make its move now before the financial crash comes, and then it can blame it on the war or something like this. Then you have the thing with Corona, that theory that Banksy made up. So it was the perfect storm, really, for something like this to happen, right?
Oh.
Yeah.
Well, speaking of it, regaining of the independence after 123 years, of course, would make a little bit of German land disappear from the German hands. Sorry to say that. We needed space for our living. And you have to go. Because we could not live as neighbors.
Maybe we would take the deal with Putin, who promised us Königsberg back, right?
he ain't gonna give you anything, to be honest. You think Russians will give you Königsberg back? When did they give back such a large amount of terrain? Please.
Sorry,
I think
I'm just looking
Putin
for something.
is very practical, and he knows that if he don't want to be the bitch of China, he has to make a deal with Germany.
Well, he made a deal with Germany, but he will be the bitch of China anyway, because the Chinese want Siberia back, and they will get it sooner or later with the demographics and the way things are going for the Russians there.
There's also an interesting situation, right? If China makes their move, could even be that Russia will then be basically the third important partner, and then we'll decide to if US becomes friendlier, to decide to ally itself with the US again against China in the future.
Okay, gents,
you could also see that.
Just as a little interruption. Well, what the fuck am I looking at here? Okay, can you guys see this this image, and can you most importantly hear it?
So sorry that I was not.
Yes, it's also subtitled.
Yeah, it's subtitled.
I can't hear it.
But you can't hear it. So let me play it again. Tell me if you can hear.
Dear President Vladimir Putin.
No.
I'm so sorry.
No, you can't hear a thing. Okay, let me try again.
Are you using a new app?
Well, this streaming, this is Jitsi. It's similar to StreamYard, but it's free. You can have as many people as you want on it. Now, let me see if you guys can actually hear. Let me just play something. Christ,
it has also way more options. It's actually better than StreamYard.
It is a little bit. But yeah, it's free, and it's just I'm trying to find a small YouTuber. Actually, what am I doing? I just play one of my own videos.
You can raise a hand here, for example.
Yeah, that's right. Can you actually guys hear this?
Yep.
Okay, awesome. Okay, I'm gonna play this, and then I want you guys to give me your take on this. This is a slam poem against towards Mr. Vladimir Putin. This has gone viral on Twitter. The lady, I would imagine by now, has definitely removed it because she got so much shit for it. But just listen to celebrities trying to get a little clout out of this situation. I mean, this is what this is all about. They're just trying to get attention, but. Just listen to this cringe.
The blue check marks.
Yeah, of course, the blue check marks. Listen to this cringe, and then I'll take your takes on that.
Dear President Vladimir Putin, I'm so sorry that I was not your mother. If I was your mother, you would have been so loved, held in the arms of joyous light. Never would the stories plight the world unfurled before our eyes, a pure demise of nations sitting peaceful under a night sky. If I was your mother.
Yeah, I'm sorry, guys. I should have given some kind of content warning. You should be drinking heavily at this point. Now, this show is expected. Yeah, this. You were expected to be drinking by the beginning of this show.
In Germany, we call it Küchenpsychologie. It's a typical attack of a woman, right? Oh, your mother didn't love you. That is why you act this way. I mean, this is so pathetic.
But nevertheless, I just want to give content warning to the audience.
She doesn't know shit about Russian mothers, and second of all,
exactly. But hold on. This is not finished yet. I'm just giving a content. This is almost like trigger warning for those who are sober. If you're sober and you're listening to this, it's your fault. I've been drinking for 2 hours now, so I'm in a good place for this.
Don't worry. I have 2 champagnes by me.
So here we go.
The world would have been warm. So much laughter and joy, and nothing would harm. I can't imagine the stain, the soul-stealing pain that the little boy you must have seen and believed, and the formulation.
Oh, shoot.
I added you.
Sorry, guys. Sorry. I ended up kicking myself out.
No problem. Why the hell can I add people?
And that's what you get.
Yeah, it's a little bit
when
you're
drunk for 2 hours.
Just
Triller also wanted to join. Have you seen that?
Who wanted to? Triller?
Yeah, now he's gone.
Oh shit, I didn't see it. Okay, Triller, if you're out there, come back. I do apologize. I clicked the fucking wrong button. My mouse just moved over to the right damn button. Okay.
I want to drink.
We're carrying on, but again, continue drinking if you wish to carry on listening to this. Okay, let's go.
Of thought quickly taught that you lived in a cruel, unjust world. Is this why you now decide no one will get the best of you? Is this why you do not hide nor away shy from taking back the world? Was it because so early in life, all that strife racked your little body with fear? If I was your mother, if the world was cold, I'd have died to make you warm. I'd have died to protect you from the unjust, the violence, the terror, the uncertainty. I would have died to give you life. Oh, dear Mr. President Putin, if only I'd been your mother. Perhaps the torture of unwrit youth would not within your heart imbue ascription to such fealty against that world that you thought was so cruel. Perhaps you would hold dear human life, and on this night, instead of Mother Russia, you would call me, and I would set your mind quite free with the love that only a mother can give, and only a mother can take away. When holds she doesn't the harm at bay and leaves her boy for the promise of a man. Whatever your story, Mr. President Putin, I can't imagine how it feels in your heart, but I know if I was your mother, that would be a start towards the awareness of what a powerful being of light you could be if your mind was only free from the violence you've seen when you were just 2 or 3. I cannot believe I was born too late, in a different place, when I would have loved you so. Watched you play wherever you were.
No.
I think we can sum it up.
That's it. That nightmare is over, people.
1984.
Thank you.
Newspeak.
Yeah. This woman first.
Weakness is strength, and strength is weakness.
Okay. Pio, your camera is on. Welcome, Pio. To the
my camera is. I put something above my camera. I thought that would be my icon.
That's okay. That's okay. As long as you know your camera is on, and if you don't want to be on camera, just make sure it's covered. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, mostly gentlemen. Shall we have our takes on that giant shit show that you can only watch really drunk? I mean, if you're sober, that's your fault. At this point, it's not my fault.
And I want to be nasty about it. Another attention-whoring blonde bimbo celebrity has spoken her mind. What else can we say? And by the way, if she wants to be a mother of anything.
Oh, you didn't understand it.
I haven't finished.
No.
Hold on, one at a time, guys.
Okay.
I haven't finished, and I'm planning to finish, and I'm not backing down. Here's the deal. This woman first should study Russia and the Soviet Union to understand, because Putin should be taken away from that country like when he was 2. If he would like to go back in time and change something.
Yes.
Because it's such a brutish, barbaric, and frankly violent place. We all know Russians love violence. Why do they have this fucking slap competition, for example? Who but them came up with nonsense like that?
Exactly. Okay. Pio has just joined us. Sorry, Aaron. Though, just hold for a minute. Let Pio have a little moment.
So MC, you didn't understand the message of this woman, right? It was art she was performing, right? It was a poem, and especially when you heard the
deep breath, deep breath.
Yeah, when she was talking about this, right? So, in fact, you can watch this whole poem without hearing the sound. It was already exciting, right? It doesn't matter what she was talking about, right?
Okay. I
will
say this. Hold on. Listen, sorry, MC. Just give me MC.
I live in a country that borders Ukraine. I hate the situation even more. I have a better understanding, and I would rather hear Banksy farting to the microphone with his alcohol-filled farts and even talking with it than hearing her, and I mean that.
Okay, we're gonna move to Erindor. Erindor, your take on this wonderful poem that you just heard.
First of all, of course, is what annoys me the most is the snobbiness of this woman.
He's flabbergasted so much that he doesn't have to even say anything because
hold on.
Privileged white woman mentality, and what I would summarize that video as is a man showing strength is considered weakness in this kind of mindset, and I don't know if they honestly think that or if this is a cope, right? I can't tell. I can't figure these people out.
You can't get more cope than this.
And you realize that it must be a cope when
I think they will have to buy a third
when their protected groups are showing strength, then it is strength, right? But when their non-protected groups are showing strength or speaking against something, then it's weakness. Then you are fragile, and so on, right? So that's the tactic, and.
Wow.
Sorry, it won't work in Russia. I saw the Ukrainian government. This was so pathetic. Saying, speak out against at Russia and tell them what you think of them. Right? It's this typical what could this shitstorm, right? That's working on.
He could not take it.
If I was.
Yeah, the shitstorm that gets you cancelled here.
I think you're missing like the topics because you are talking about women who are talking about strengths, the strengths of men, and if on the other side, if they are strong, then they are weak and all this other stuff. But this had nothing to do with Ukraine because this has something with politics today, right? With all the multiple genders and non-genders and all the stuff. I think Putin is not showing strength. He's showing kind of old man characteristics who believes in a former world, right? He's just too old. He's like the guy who already died 20 years ago and still ruling Korea, right?
Exactly. One thing I just want to quickly just run over the gentlemen on this panel since you're all here. Number one is this lady's take, obviously clearly naive and completely unrealistic, and she doesn't know Russian mothers. Putin's mum would be cheering him on right now. She would give him the biggest hug ever. She can't be more prouder than the fact that he is literally the forever king of Russia. Okay,
right.
so
that's the point.
That's the thing.
And by the way,
they don't understand Russian moms.
She would tell him that.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But the other thing is,
I'm so proud of you.
Exactly. So I just want to finish this little section for myself.
Stupid bitch.
And simply say, number one, she's naive and stupid, and I want to go to Triller because welcome Triller. Triller's on the panel. Number two, could you give me your take on this poem, if you heard it, Triller? I don't know if you heard it or not. And also, would you smash? I want to go through every man here and find out, would you smash or not? Triller, go.
Is that 100% woman?
As far as we know.
All right, well, if it is 100% woman, yeah, sure.
Okay, and what is your take on her wonderful poem?
I have not read it or seen it or heard it.
Oh, fuck, man, you missed it. Okay, in that case, your penalty is to go back and watch this shit show. That is your punishment.
Why is that poem so fucking important when there's a war breaking out? What the fuck? I don't get it.
Yeah, but what I mean is she made a poem about Putin. This poem is about Putin.
With the war.
Yeah, it's to do with it.
Fuck Putin, bro. Putin's another dickhead. This woman, was a poem supporting him or against him?
No, this was her. She made a poem to try to make out that if he had a loving mum that hugged him enough, he wouldn't be fucking a warlord. That's basically the gist of it. But really, you should go and listen to the poem. So, okay, I'll skip Triller. Triller says he would smash.
Look at her kitchen.
If her father would have
hold on, guys. P.O. is next. P.O. is next.
Bitch, right?
Yeah, P.O. is next. Would you smash? That is the only question because I know your take on the poem. Would you smash it even if she was going to read that shitty poem to you? I mean, imagine her face is in a doggy style, face in the pillow.
Of course,
would you still smash while she recites this poem?
I would just mute her.
I'm slightly altering the parameters of would you smash.
No, of course. It's like that's what I said. You can watch this poem without the sound, right? And if you look at her back at her kitchen, there's a Buddha, right? So she is not really meaning this stuff.
I see. She's just another shill, another grifter trying to make a couple of quid out of this bullshit. Okay, MC, would you smash?
Well, okay. First and foremost, based on face alone, 100% yes. I don't see the rest of the body, but on the face, yes. And if you want to ask me about the poem before or after, now that I know she would probably want to say something like that, first probably I would stuff her throat, with what, as the beginning of all of it.
Yes, but if she is doggy position, facing the pillow, she's still capable of reciting this poem. Whilst she's reciting the poem, would you smash?
Well, then I will have to be so efficient to take her breath away that she would be not even able to say a word.
Take my breath away. Okay, we get it. You will smash. Erendor, would you smash? She is white after all.
And blonde. And look Aryan.
But her hair is dyed, first of all.
Yeah.
Right. Well, okay. We will
Whatever.
give her. Erendor, she may not be a natural blonde. The carpets may not match the drapes.
She also tried to be a little bit African because she makes her hair curly, right? And she's over 40 because she's hiding her neck, right?
Oh, she's over 40. You're gonna go there. You're gonna go there, Pio.
Yeah, I know it from experience.
Right? She looks good for over 40. That's
yes, of course.
Guys, we got to get Erendor's answer. Would you smash?
I first have to check because someone brought up that she might not be a female. I can't.
I was gonna say literally. Otherwise, no go.
As far as we know, she's a bona fide vaginal.
It's a fucking tranny.
Look. From what we know, from what we understand, she's a bona fide female with a genuine vagina. No foul play here. We're gonna go with that assumption.
Structure. It doesn't get any more Aryan than that.
Dude, would you smash?
Away from that, right? Smash means smash and leave, right?
Possibly, yeah. I mean, you don't have to marry. You don't have to marry. You don't have to make any ownership claims. Just would you smash?
Yeah, just
smash and grab.
Of course. But I will also try, to put a baby in her, right? Of course.
You have too much money, or what?
No, okay. I'm serious.
Because you have to pay for this kid, right?
Well, maybe I do it with a mask or something,
3 or 4 hours, non-stop.
Okay. Let's move on to. What am I going to move on to? Holy shit, I have no idea. Let's just carry the conversation forward. Is there any other subjects other than Ukraine that anybody wants to discuss? Does anyone have any takes that is remotely funny? Because I would like to move this along. I know most of you are sober, but I would like to move this along
on the pro side, right?
Don't worry, I am working on
everybody who's sober.
But it will take a lot, unfortunately.
I've just had half a bottle of whiskey and I've just had a spliff and I'm still fucking sober. So
one bottle of champagne.
Okay, you're an alcoholic now, Trilla.
No. I just need another half a bottle.
That is alcoholism.
I just need another half a bottle.
just another half a bottle.
Another champagne
that'll be fine.
That's called alcohol. I believe that is firmly in the.
I wouldn't say an alcoholic. I would just say somebody who likes to have a Friday night fucking drink.
Friday night drink. Sure. You tell that and your therapist. But
for the therapist, spending it all on alcohol.
But okay,
in China, Friday is a working day, right?
Yeah.
Like this guy.
Every day is a working day.
How can I afford the therapist when I'm spending money on alcohol?
That is true. Every day is a working day in China. Okay, I would like you guys to. I'd like actually. Oh my God, I actually had this all set up as well, ready to go. Two things I want you guys to have a take on. Let me get it all ready to go. Speak amongst yourselves, boys and girls, while I get this shit show up and running. Okay, there's another thing that I have on here. I will have to, I think, increase the
This is
text.
basically the meme review now.
Pretty much. This is just anything that I found remotely funny that I wish you guys to have a take on. Now, this take is actually our good friend from the Young Turks, Cenk Uygur. Some people call him Genk, some people call him Chunk, or the fat brown buffalo.
Oh, the big brown buffalo.
On the internet,
yeah.
I call him Chunky Yogurt.
Chunky Yogurt.
Academic agent, smashed him for years. This guy is still alive on the internet.
Absolutely.
I can't believe it.
Okay, the take is this. Right wing, this is his tweet today, I think it was, and he still hasn't taken it down, so he's clearly okay with it. Right wing doesn't love Putin just because he's an authoritarian, tyrannical leader. They love him because he's a white authoritarian leader. Race has become more important than even nationality. They've turned on democracy and now even America in favor of the white warlord.
No, this stupid, ignorant, brown fucking Turkish buffalo from the US. And no, I have no words for him living in his own bubble.
I
First
think
and
he's
foremost,
right.
Eastern
He's
European
right to some
racism, Slavic
extent
racism, however you call it, I don't care.
Yeah. Just before you guys get into this,
it's always less important than nationality by us.
Guys, just before you get into this, I just want to play this short clip because this was brilliant for me. I just thought it was great. And the person who posted it said, I've had to post this the third time today.
Congratulations. That was one of the stupidest things that I've ever seen anybody post on the internet before. Congratulations. The bar is high cause people post lots and lots of stupid things, but your stupid thing was somehow the leader of the pack. Congratulations.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a
your
thing
takes
from the 80s.
Everyone, that's one of your people, man. Shit, that's one of your fucking Nazi fucking German fuckers in America, bro.
What, the guy who sang this song?
Fucking sort his bar shop, man.
I love this shit. The left to be self-ironically, they would have like this privilege behind them when they're doing stuff like this. But could you go back to the tweet?
Do you want to go? Oh, you want me to show the tweet again? Okay.
Yeah, I don't think it was a stupid take. I think he was talking mainly on the from the American perspective.
I thought
interesting. Interesting. We have some conflict.
More sarcasm, right? Because right wing doesn't love Putin just because he's an authoritarian, right? They love him because he's a white authoritarian leader. It's just.
I would disagree with that part because we have seen the
if
right,
I could only say that to
okay, hold on, guys, one at a time. MC, allow Erendo, and then you're next.
I think he's wrong insofar as we also, a lot of right-wing people have also placed the Taliban's win over global homo there. The Taliban's aren't right. So, no, it is mainly why the right is supporting Russia, even though they have huge disagreements like I have, right, and huge concerns, is because our main enemy is within our own country. It sits in all the institutions, and every win from another power is a win over global homo. That is the main reason. I would say the second part is a lot of projection because clearly the non-whites are all about race. Race is more important than values and so on. It doesn't matter if Barack Obama is like a liberal and most black people are conservatives or something, right? It doesn't matter. He's a black man, they vote for him. So it's a lot of projection, but I would say that the tendency is becoming, even within the white population, more and more ethnocentric when it comes to race. But white people will also, they have to promote the right values. I don't see anyone who promotes race that would support someone like promoting LGBTQ. I don't see that in white people.
I would disagree with that, but they have to wait until MC is done.
Okay, sorry. PO. Okay, MC, give your take. Try to make it concise if you can, sir, and then Pio.
Okay, what can I say? This guy is so Amerocentric, live in his own bubble that is probably as wide as his fucking as the terrain. I mean, the surface around his belt, probably. I mean, if I could only say to Cenk, eat one more kebab and shut the fuck up, because frankly. He's a white authoritarian leader. To me, Putin to me, if you look close on his face, he have those slit fucking eyes. Look at them, like an Asian. Yes,
that's why he's a good friend of the Chinese,
Pio?
Right?
Yeah, Pio. Go Pio. Sorry,
it clearly is to see. I will finish. It clearly.
Wait, was that John McCarry?
Is like Russian history, made out of Byzantine bureaucracy and authoritarianism, and out of rape of Genghis Khan. Basically, he has it all in his fucking face.
You saw the tweet
look at them once again.
That John McCarry,
John Kerry. It's just John Kerry. I don't think there's McCarry
in there. John Kerry made about the war in the Ukraine.
I mean, we could we could basically rename Putin or twist his name with those eyes like Putin or something like that.
Okay, let me go to Pio.
Let me get that out real quick. John McCarry,
and I'll be back in a moment.
John Kerry made a statement yesterday saying to Putin, please, over the war in Ukraine, don't forget that the climate change agreement. that just says it all, right?
Actually, Greta Thunberg has a take on Ukraine as well. Now I have to go find it because I think I closed it down, but there was actually Greta Thunberg who actually posted a take on the fact that she says that we should be this is not necessarily, punishing Russia by sanctions won't do anything. What will punish Russia properly will be if we come off fossil fuels and we no longer need to use their gas and we have renewable energy, so that way Russia will actually hurt even more.
Always look, Greta is always going to be she don't it's not her talking, it's always the fucking people behind her talking. She's just a fucking puppet, right? But end of the day, no fucking European nation, nobody is gonna fucking go into Ukraine. Nobody. They're like, fuck that.
Yeah.
We're going to give them aid or we're going to talk about it. We ain't going to fucking go there and help them. Fuck that.
Okay,
it's
Pio.
Mental. It's insane.
I know. Pio, I'm sorry. He's been waiting patiently.
We are several topics like above, right? So as I could remember, it's like somebody was talking about the black president of America. In fact, the black people are more nationalists than any other people on earth because they are looking at each other and say, "Oh, I'm more black than you," right? When the white people are just saying, "Oh, I'm European, I'm just American," or whatever, right? They don't see the real differences. But this was the one thing. The other thing about the gas, which is coming from Russia, already the European countries make pacts with other countries where they could have the gas like in the worst case. So they are already prepared for that.
Yeah, paying triple.
Yeah.
And by the way, ironically enough, Mossad made a point that they could have another option to basically now the US having to ship all their fucking gas and oil to us, right? Which causes, of course, even more CO2, right? So ironically enough, us not taking the gas and the oil from Russia as Germans and taking it from the US will actually increase CO2, okay? So this is the first thing. The only other option that was brought up yesterday by Mossad was this project that Greece had, I think, with some other countries to basically, the problem was Turkey, because they didn't want that. They had a problem with that. But there is an oil field nearby Greece that they want to build pipelines towards Europe. But
there's a war going on about this for decades.
Yeah,
between Greece and Turkey. That's already another problem. But yeah.
Okay, guys, just before we go further, I want to actually play this clip. These are all, by the way, all the responses to Cenk Uyghur's tweet.
How does atheism?
Uyghur. King. Yeah, okay,
yeah,
hold
the
on.
big brown buffalo. And he isn't...
Hold on.
Yeah. Oh, now I remembered. But go on.
Let me just get this out.
Yeah.
That I am going. If I were the the benevolent dictator of the world, I would legalize bestiality where you are giving. You are pleasuring the animal. You see what I'm saying? Okay.
Yeah, we always knew he wants to.
Look at the look of Anna.
It's the dumbest thing you said.
It is the dumbest thing you said.
No, I'll tell you why. Because there's was the case that we covered where there was like a guy or a girl or something that was pleasuring a horse, and the horse came to a conclusion, right? So who got harmed?
You know that
Anna seems so uncomfortable there. But this alone, right? This alone.
Holy shit! That's never going away.
If something like this would have come from the right, this person would be finished. And this fucker is still out there, and this is not the only clip. He also made some statements about children, right? About pedophilia.
Yeah,
and
holy shit.
All of this combined, along with the huge lies he made up. Every single instance I've watched from Atheism is Unstoppable, from Academic Agent, and so on.
Yeah.
Every single video, that alone would have been the end of any right-wing person.
Yeah,
and this fucker is still out there.
As a positive, though, I will say this, that Cenk Uyghur, pretty much on his own, if not the Young Turks, literally launched the careers of Academic Agent and ARU single-handedly.
Yeah,
and also in replacement, actually, after ARU was banned from YouTube, Actual Justice Warrior kind of took up the mantle of demolishing.
Actual Justice Warrior, I mistaken him for Academic Agent. Yeah.
Oh, are you? Oh, because
Justice
I was
Warrior.
thinking, because Academic Agent hasn't really. I never saw him do videos on the Young Turks. It's Actual Justice Warrior.
Most of the time, it would be too low for him to. This is a low-hanging fruit.
Exactly.
It must be addressed. This is what I often criticize about some of the intellectual rights.
Sorry. One at a time.
I have to twist first of all their name, the name of their show, because it is as dumb and brainless that it could be as well called Young Twerks. Yeah. Although they all
there is actually someone in this comment which I read earlier on that said to Cenk Uyghur, as a Greek, your name disturbs me and offends me terribly.
I mean, but you know why? Because you know what the Young Turks were in Turkey? It's for our organization.
Of course, they were fucking like the Hitler Youth, basically the Turkish version.
Yes, they were maybe not saying Sieg Heil, but for sure great Turkey and fuck everybody else and kill them, whatever, exterminate them. They were like the Nazi Germany of that place.
Yeah, they were the Hitler Youth of Turkey, the equivalent.
That's the point.
Version, yeah, absolutely.
Well, the German girls are doing what?
The
Young Turks.
The first relevant genocide was actually coming from the Young Turks.
I mean, because let's face it, Cenk have so much ass right now that he could do it, but the waves of cellulite would probably destroy the screen.
Okay, guys, let me get a take from Triller. Triller, do you have anything to say on this? Because I want to bring everyone in, and Triller's been kind of quiet.
No, I don't know. I had a couple of points. What were you talking about again?
We were talking about the Young Turks and this particular comment, or any other subjects. On
the comment that you put up earlier, fucking about the COVID vaccines. I think that's the last thing the Ukrainians are giving a fuck about right now.
There was someone here actually.
Stupidest fucking comment ever.
I know. The guy. This one. It was this one.
Which country was it? We just shipped I think 3 trucks full of masks, like FFP2 masks to Ukraine or something. Yeah.
I swear to God, there are literally, there's a country on fucking fire, and someone is like, only 35% of Ukrainians are fully vaccinated, and they're all in close quarters with each other. Like,
That's
what
gotta
is
be
fucking wrong with you?
That's gotta be sarcasm. I swear to God, I don't
You
get how
never
that can
know
be
in
serious.
this fucking clown world, right? If this is an ironic tweet or...
I swear, it says it can always get worse. You see, the person who reposted it actually said it can always get worse, because I think the person who originally posted this means this shit. He's not doing this sarcastically.
I mean, there was a government, I forgot which a nation, which one it was. It could also have been France. That was literally pointing out they will have solidarity with Ukraine, and therefore we are shipping out
bombs
one minute,
artillery shells and right now where there are clashes between Ukrainians and Russians, on the downtown of Kiev, because they are right now near Kiev. Did they get a fucking job? Oh, go away, please.
Yeah, maybe the Russians can win over these
I would like to ask that person
by them wearing
through the
MC. Can you hear me while I'm
MC,
talking?
MC, hold on. Can you hear Arundel when he's talking?
No, he have probably shut down.
No, he's talking. I can hear him. You can't hear him.
Cannot.
That's the problem, because you're talking when he's in the middle of a conversation, and we're thinking, like, why are you starting to talk? Okay, MC, see if you can jump out and jump back in to see if you can hear Arundel, because Arundel is talking and we can all hear him. So it's clearly something on your end.
Okay.
See if you can, do a quick reset. Because I was thinking, why is he constantly interrupting Arundel?
I just thought you didn't like him. That's all it was.
He's clearly talking. Yeah, I was like, it's a bit rude. But it's obviously he can't hear you. Okay, Arundel, go while I.
Just want to mention that. Okay, now he's back. Can you hear us now?
Arundel,
MC?
MC, can you hear Arundel?
The question is, yes, I can hear him actually.
Okay, perfect.
Awesome.
So let me quickly say that there was a nation, I think it was France or the UK, saying we have full solidarity with Ukraine, and then they said we have now sent 3 trucks on the way to Ukraine against with COVID masks to protect them against COVID. So, and my take was probably the Russians should just wear COVID masks, and the Ukrainians not wearing them bring over the libtards to the Russian side, right?
Interesting.
No.
Now, this is a little bit of an insensitive subject that I'm going to go into, but go ahead, Pio, give your take while I look for this.
Just what I say is like the European Union or the NATO is just saying, oh, we are behind Ukraine and stuff, and they already sent them some help. They sent them helmets.
Oh, they sent them helmets. Well, fucking hell, then the problems are solved.
Yeah,
they're all sorted.
It will help. It will even help against the largest Russian bombs falling down.
Yeah.
There you go. What more do we need? Okay, guys. Okay, sorry. Go on, T.
I was going to say, I heard a reporter today. He was asking questions to one of the Ukrainian people, and he was like, so the Ukrainian guy was like, one of our options is to get weapons. He's like, the reporter was like, how are you going to get the weapons in when everything is blocked by the Russians, yeah? And he's like, suggesting, is there going to be military action? He's like, no, I can't tell you anything, da-da-da-da-da. I was thinking to myself, fucking bullshit, man. All these guys are full of shit, bro.
Okay, guys, I'm gonna go into an area where most of your careers will potentially be in danger at this stage, if you do have one. If you're anonymous on the internet, then that will be fine for you. But I'm just going to simply point this out to the audience, and probably go to hell afterwards. Now, we know that this situation in Ukraine is a terrible, terrible situation, and we acknowledge that this is a very, very awful situation.
Are you gonna say something so stupid like we should be looking for Ukrainian women right now?
No. All I'm saying is there is an upside potentially to this that I think we've all overlooked.
If you're not married and you're single, go to Ukraine, grab yourself Ukrainian right now.
You know what they say about every cloud has a silver lining. Now there is going to be a massive influx of Ukrainian women who will be coming out of Ukraine in the next few months, and I think we should not overlook this simply because
Mate, I'm about 2 days ahead of you, dude. Trust me, I thought about this. I was thinking to myself, damn. Why did I go to Ukraine?
So I think there is a potential upside to all of this for us all.
We won't have any Ukrainian refugees coming into Europe, into main Europe, right? Mainland Europe.
Why we wouldn't have that?
Because the feminists will literally stand now against all of the influx of new women coming in.
I see. You mean they won't allow it? No, they can't not allow it. They must allow Ukrainian refugees. Remember, refugees welcome. We hold the signs in Berlin.
Not diverse enough to why.
I think if they're all looking like that, all the refugees, they'll be always welcome.
I think this is always a welcome
world. Dude, Ukraine has many
European men have something to say. Then yes,
but
what was correct yesterday isn't correct today. Correct. So in this brave new world, 2 plus 2. Is 5, and the next day 2 plus 2 is 6 or 4 again.
And today 2 plus 2 is 15.
Yeah. Mary, I said Mary and have lived with black brothers all my life. I see.
By the way, I have experiences with Ukrainian women. I have a warning for all of you guys here, not to crush your optimism, but beware. They are tanking. They are so cash consuming as an Abrams tank is fuel consuming.
Oh my God! Well, I think that since their country is a war-torn nation now, they may be more amenable to like instead of having to take them to a 5-star restaurant, they may be happy with a Nando's.
Well, I have to make a moral case here, of course. It would be probably good for the demographic based on demographics. It would be good. So I could make a case of boosting our white population within Germany or something like this. But when it comes to
you're
this,
thinking now. You're finally using your head.
No, look, there are men fighting over that, and then European men using these boomers, right? There will be a lot of happy boomers with that situation, I tell you that, unironically. But I would say there's nothing more, pathetic than to use a situation like this, right? And steal away women from those who are fighting for their country, right?
Hold on a second, Elwan. It's always been happening. Ukraine, firstly, there's been no shortage of women in Ukraine, right? Because a lot of their men have been, again, like fucking off to war and dying in war and shit like that.
That is true. So, they will have
at the end of the day, they've always had the situation of having a lot of women that are single without fucking men, enough men to take them.
Exactly. That is actually what Iranians faced after the Iran-Iraq war. They have a massive disproportionate number of men to women, so that's why a lot of men had to, it was actually encouraged by the regime for men to have multiple wives. Polygamy was actually encouraged because under Islam women can actually have, and men can have 4 wives anyway, but that was encouraged by the regime because of the fact that there was a massive imbalance of men to women. Pio, is that Pio? Your name is actually under your regular name.
Peter. Yeah.
Peter. Yeah.
Hi.
Peter, is that Peter or is that Pio? Is that a new guy? Who is
Peter.
Peter. You.
The old guy.
You've come in. Somebody's come in on the Peter. Is that you?
Yeah, it's me.
Is that Pio?
Peter.
Okay, so your name, that previous gentleman who was Pio is that's not you. You're a whole new guy.
No.
You're a whole new guy called Peter. Okay.
Peter from Sweden.
Okay, we have Peter from Sweden. Welcome, Peter.
Thank you.
Peter Sweden.
I'm just listening to you.
You're just listening. Awesome. So, what are your opinions? What are your takes? And what advantages are you looking forward to when Ukrainians come over to Britain, or when they come to West Europe? I know. I can highlight a couple of real advantages that I'm looking forward to. I'm just showing you the kind of things that I'm looking forward to for the Ukrainian British, diversity and equity and inclusion.
I can say the problem was when Sweden say everybody from Syria and Iraq was welcome in Sweden, and they get how do you say in Swedish? Membership or something. Yeah. So everybody search for Germany and Sweden. If you heard that in 2015. So no one wanted to go anywhere but Germany and Sweden because they knew, I was so angry because it was only men, young men, who should fight.
Yeah.
Because you should fight for your...
This is an interesting point you brought up. We will see the ratio now when it comes to real refugees. And by the way, these are real refugees.
Absolutely.
Because they are not going now to another continent. They will go to the neighboring countries, right?
Exactly.
So these are actually refugees. Yeah. And you won't see like a ratio of 80% men coming here to 20% women or something. You will probably see like the opposite. And that's how it's supposed to be.
I hope
that should be pointed out.
I'm actually personally praying that there is a higher ratio of women to men coming over. Because when I googled Ukrainian women,
to be honest, I didn't pray for that, but I got it anyway. We have like 2 million of them.
I saw comedy sketch, where they were at the border security.
The same in Syria.
Wonders do happen.
In Syria, it was only the men who...
Yeah, we got way too many wieners and not enough vag. It was just, it was all wrong.
I saw a comedy sketch, innit, where they were basically letting people in at the border at the airport, and basically they were just saying all the fitties. Yeah,
that was Ali G.
All the ugly girls.
That was the Ali G. Only the fit ones get in.
Banksy, how many articles have you read? Sorry, MC.
Sorry, how many articles?
Sorry, but we don't live in Ali G show. The ugly ones will also be allowed in, unfortunately.
No, we send the ugly ones to France. It's okay. We're good.
How many articles have you read, Banksy, about incels? About
incels? I'll be honest, I've only sort of surface level investigation into the incel community. I'm not really that interested in that.
But they literally, the left is complaining about the evil and the danger of incels, right? Mm-hmm. While they are once again literally by letting all these migrants in have accelerated that process. Because there's now more men than women. They have contributed to that process of incel men. Well, not finding a woman.
Yeah, but I mean, I'll be honest. I don't really believe as such a thing as an incel. I think these are not men who are involuntarily celibate. These are men who are simply need a bit more guidance towards how to find the women. Sorry, Peter. Peter, could you please mute your microphone because you have so many background people talking.
Sorry.
It's there's like a whole party going on. Actually, Peter's place sounds more fun than mine. We should maybe all go there. But anyway, the whole thing about incels, I genuinely believe that these are just misguided men who just need a little bit of encouragement and pointers towards how to converse with women, how to take care of themselves first, how to look after their own life, and just like the Jordan Peterson rule of clean your own room. Once they've spruced themselves up a little bit, maybe gone to the gym, maybe, you know, just took care of their own personal life, and just bought a decent pair of suit, there'll be there's women for every man. Look, I am without any doubt the quintessential example of a man who is far from having any form of physical advantage who can still get laid. If I can get laid, I refuse to believe there is a man out there that can't find a woman. It is impossible for men not to find one woman that will find them attractive, that will be with them. It is I do not subscribe to this concept of involuntary celibates. They are voluntary because they themselves choose with their own actions to stay out of the dating pool. It's not that they can't find a woman. The problem is they want a particular type of woman that will never find them attractive because they're only aiming for that top 1% of men anyway. They're aiming, these women that they're after is the Instagram model thought type women. That's the problem with the incels, is that they're always heading or always shooting for those Instagram model types, which is the worst kind of woman. They don't realize that if they ever get that woman will be a nightmare in their life. They will beg for death before another day of having to spend with that woman. That's the irony.
By the way, very true. Especially when you're running into a narcissist, and all of those women are narcissists.
Exactly. So this is the irony, is that the very women that these men are so upset about not getting is the last thing they would want in their actual life once they get it.
Actually, I saw your last video, yeah, and I have to say I was gonna actually fucking review that and just think to myself, because again I watched a little bit of it, right, and I thought to myself, when you're talking about the whole MGTOW kind of incel and whatever thing, yeah. Like, I disagreed, bro, like, to a certain extent. I kind of get where you're coming from, but you, to me, sounded a little bit like an incel coming from the way you were talking about women. I feel like you're saying to me right now, you don't believe in incels exist, yeah? I think contradictory, like, I have to contradict that. I don't believe in that. I think they do exist, dude. Definitely, they are fucking, what do you say? There's no such thing as involuntary. There are.
No, no, I don't. This is the thing, Triller.
But the thing is, look, just
if
because
they managed to get laid,
it doesn't mean they can't. It doesn't mean they can. Like really, realistically, yeah. Anything could happen. Yeah, possibly. Like, you know what I mean? A meteorite could hit the fucking planet tomorrow. It could be a nuclear war tomorrow. Anything could happen.
I think what Banksy was talking about is that most of the real incels are not really trying, and they're not serious. It is more like a mindset.
It is.
Yeah, but that doesn't take away from the fact that they are still there. They exist in society, and they are dangerous because of the way they have been.
They are dangerous because they have the same mindset as the liberal woman. Really, that's very narcissistic, very female-like behavior, not respecting hierarchy, right?
Exactly.
Because then they wouldn't aim for someone who is above them, right? So this is a female mindset these people have. The other proportion I see, however, is more like has to do with the situation we are finding ourselves in this liberal world. Is many men are voluntary cells, volt cells, so to speak. They simply don't want to engage in this kind of world anymore, and they say, "No, I don't want to have to deal with that."
Well, that is the MGTOW. That is what I see as the MGTOW philosophy or the MGTOW movement is the voluntary celibate men, men who have checked out, or even if they're not celibate, even if they do have sex with women from time to time, because as I said in my video, the hormone monster is impossible to really control or keep on the wraps.
That I agreed with that point there.
Yeah, but the fact is that even if they have sex with women, they still know the rules of the game, and they will not abide by the normal rules of the game, by marriage and all of that stuff. And they will... Yeah. Oh, sorry, guys. I've got a new person who someone else actually approved. Wasn't even me, guys.
It was me.
Don't randomly approve people.
All right, next time.
Just in case we don't know who it is. But it's okay because I'm not sharing the screen. I'm not actually admitting everyone wants to join. Oh,
I love the sound effects, by the way, when someone joins.
Okay, Imran SC. I guess this is Imran Speaker's Corner. Oh, of course, this is Beyond Atheism.
Yeah,
what's
course,
up, Imran? How are you, mate?
Yeah, I'm doing okay, bro. I heard your convo, but I thought I'd just jump in as well, man. How's it going? Good?
Sure, yeah, good, man, good. I guess we're moving on from Ukraine to more relationship conversation here, so I'll relinquish the Ukrainian. But I mean, number one, two things really. Let's go back a little bit. The woman, did you see the woman who did the poetry by any chance?
Yeah, I think I heard that, but not much though. I didn't listen to all of it.
Okay, but you saw the woman. I'm only interested in the that you see the image. Number one, would you smash?
Yeah, I mean that's complicated, right? I would, but it's quite. Right now, yeah. What I've realized about me.
No. It's not complicated. Penis in vagina. Would you or would you not?
No, I tell you what. I have to answer the question, right? You see, now. To answer my perspective on this thing, yeah, is I realized is that I wouldn't really go for a casual encounter. I would want a girl. Let's say a girl like that, yeah. If I'm smashing whatever I'm doing, right, I need her to think that I'm the best. Like, I want to own her, right? I want to just dominate this person.
Okay,
you're going into right? I'm not going to be banging her, and then the next day someone else is banging her, and it's like I'm just like that guy.
But that's what I mean. But that's what I mean. I'm not
so would you wife you that? So would you want that long term or what?
Yeah. Would you?
What it is? Every girl, I want her long term. Do you know what I mean? I just want her to. I just want to dominate.
That's so he would smash.
Oh, he would smash.
Anyway,
sure.
I wanted to retract my statement. By the way, I want to say no to my one because I don't trust you, Banksy. I really.
Banksy,
you wouldn't smash. You're saying you wouldn't smash.
I'll say no. I don't fucking trust you.
It's a woman. Sorry,
I don't
Peter.
fucking trust you.
Hold on. What's Peter saying? Sorry, Peter.
How would you guys rate her though? Out of 10?
Hold on.
Listen to this. My son is 15 years old. He was going to pottery, and of course, I gave him condoms and encourage him to fuck a woman. And she was drunk. So yeah, he liked her, and she liked him.
Okay.
And he was sober. And he was afraid to do it because if she is drunk, she can.
Yeah, she can claim rape the next day, and he's screwed.
Exactly.
Yeah. No, it is. It's a bit of a dicey situation.
He's 15 years old.
I agree.
Yeah,
his entire life could be ruined because she decided to say he raped her, and he's got no out because she was drunk, and she can say I didn't know what I was doing. And I know this is a very I feel bad for 15, 16-year-old boys these days. I mean, 15 is too young. I'll be honest. In Britain, 16 is the minimum age anyway. But ideally, I would even advise. For younger men to hold on to at least 18 to 20. My brother, he waited till he was 18, and he had
If you think about it, he's laying next to her, and they are touching each other, and
exactly. Yeah, it's difficult. It's difficult. Yeah, but the thing is, my brother. I'll give you the example of the two situations. I myself had sex at 16. My brother waited till he was 18, 19. And our initial sexual experiences were entirely different, like completely opposite. His was a very good experience, whilst mine was a terrible experience because it just was so meaningless, so shallow, and so awkward.
Yeah.
Because we didn't know what we were doing. We were both the same age. We were both first time, and it was a terrible experience. In all honesty, my second sexual experience was far better because it was with an older woman, and I was a little bit older. I was 18, and it was far better experience. So personally, from my experience and seeing my brother's experience, I would say I know it's hard. I know if you're 15, 16 and you're dying or bursting.
It's better to wait.
If you can hold on for a little bit longer.
If you lay beside a woman and
because I will say this. Yeah, the reason I say for the first time, not necessarily all the other times. I've had sex with women that I don't even remember their name or their face anymore, but I do remember that first one
for you
forever. But no, I'm not saying this as a point of pride. I'm not saying this as a good thing. I'm saying this as over the years. Over the years, I've had sex with enough women to not even remember some of them. But I do remember that first one, and I will remember it for the rest of my life. That first one, you will never forget. I know her face, I know her name, I know everything about that moment, because it is something that will stay with you. And if you really want to, if I were a young man, I would 100% say, wait until the moment is a special one with someone that is decent and special for you, because you will never forget that.
I agree. I want you to say something here. I kind of I kind of feel that pure life is a MGTOW kind. Or not MGTOW, yeah. I tell you why sex I don't rate it, yeah. I tell you why I don't rate sex, yeah. I don't trust. Listen, bro, yeah. Listen, what I'm saying. This is important, yeah. This is really important, right?
Good.
You can't understand, yeah. Sex is meant to be a sincere thing, yeah. It's meant to be a real thing, yeah. You see in our society, shut up, chill out, man.
I'm listening. Good. I'm listening. Good. I want to hear it.
Go on. Let him have it. Let him have it.
Bro, I want to hear it. I genuinely want to hear it.
Go on, man.
Sex is meant to be real, yeah. But you see, women, yeah, they use sex as manipulation. I tell you how, yeah, they use it as manipulation, right? First thing they're thinking in their life, yeah, is like, who's gonna find out? Who is going to know, right? Then they're gonna change that, right? Then they're gonna think shit like their life story, right? Their goal in life here is to get married, right? To have this, to have that, to get their friends to respect them. They have all these goals in their life where they're all petty. All these women are petty, bro. In today's world, yeah, all these women are affected by society, right?
Imran, hold on. Peter, could you please mute, because your background noise is really kicking in. Sorry about that. Thank you.
Yeah. So these women, right, they are controlling sex, right? But for them, they are using sex in a way to get something like, if they want to get married, right, they know that their husband wants to have sex with them, right? So they are kind of using that to get married. Do you know what I mean? In a sense, so that's what they're thinking. Like, I should like for them to get married in one way, their sexual value is manipulated to help them get married, right? And in other situations, what's happening is that they are doing so many manipulations in terms of who they're having sex with, right? It is never the best guy. Do you understand? They don't care about the guy. They are like, if I have a guy here who's better, right, I may not have sex with him, but I might go on holiday and have sex with someone there because no one knows about that. Then I can come back here and say to this guy, so the woman that you're talking to, right, like your standard could be higher than who she's fucking. She could be fucking someone less than you, right? Factually, right, that you're superior to that guy. But she might say no to you to your face because that situation could be different. There's so many manipulations that they're doing that at some point, right, I've realized, bro, everything for them is a manipulation. Everything for them is to fuck their husband, yeah, when he does some good work at home or he's helped her shoot. But the husband wants sex, right? The husband wants sex all the time, and she is like, you know what? I ain't gonna give it to you in a bad boy today. And the husband is like a little bitch. Well, my wife won't. Like, they are using so much manipulation that it's not even real, bro. For me, I think this is not sincere. Like, in a lot of cases, right? Maybe older women, I think it's cool. Younger women, they are playing a lot of games with this thing, yeah. A lot of different types of guys. They speak to each other. You know that to the Asian girls, they're fucking all kinds of guys before they get married, bro. You know what Asian women are doing, yeah? South Asian women in the UK, straight facts, bro. This is what they're doing, yeah. They all want to get married to an Asian guy, right? So before marriage, they're all fucking other guys, like black guys, other guys, who they are not going to marry. So the guys that they want to marry, yeah, they're not going to be fucking them in the casual stuff as much, right? Rarely, yeah. They're all going, they're all going for these black guys, yeah, these white guys. I tell you why, innit, yeah? Because they want to keep those marriage guys down, yeah, keep them down. So when they go for a marriage thing, yeah, they know the guys are desperate, right, and will marry them. There's so many manipulations, bro, in this game. I am only seeing, yeah, the surface, and you know that the women that tell each other stuff, yeah, like there's so much stuff that we don't know as men what they're doing.
Yeah, but bro, the thing is, you can't hate women. Yeah, women are women. Women are the way they are, right? And it's our fucking failure as men. Yeah, if you fucking get the wrong side of a woman, learning to act up and everything else, like she ain't, you know what I mean, doing what she should be doing, like, you know what I mean, like, and which is just I mean, making everything good. So like, if shit is bad, it's your own fucking fault.
Listen, what I'm saying to you, bro,
I think you're looking at it from a way like, oh, they're to blame. In my opinion, yeah, I don't think that's the case at all. I'm saying, bro, men are fucking the ones to blame if shit is going wrong, bro. Understand the game, bro.
No, I'm telling you, listen about the game, yeah. If you don't know about the manipulation, yeah, then somehow you're in the manipulation. Do you get what I'm saying? Now you think, yeah, as a guy, right, you going out there and getting laid is a win, right, in casual sex, right? Understand these women, yeah, are just using men for sex and discarding them like pieces of shit. And some men are happy, bro. Like, you see these men, yeah, that these women are fucking, yeah. Understand, yeah, how pathetic these men are, yeah. Like, let's say these Asian women are fucking these guys, right? They know they're fucking guys that have no value for the specific reason that the guys that got a value, they want to keep them down to try to lock them into a marriage, yeah, shit like that. All these games they're playing, yeah. But the guy that's fucking her, he doesn't know. He thinks that he's got value, that he's fucking her, but she thinks that he's a dickhead deep down, innit? You understand? If you don't know his manipulation, bro.
Imran, you're unfortunately conflating, or I mean, this is. I'm just trying to point out the reality. Men don't really like get up in the morning. Imagine you just had sex with a woman the first night, second night, whatever, and then the next day she doesn't want to know you. I've literally had this. I've had a woman who, when I was young, she effectively fucked me because she picked me up, took her to her place, and we had sex, and the next day she literally just like didn't really want to know, and I didn't walk away going oh, she took advantage of me. I know. I was like, fucking hell, I got laid.
That's the issue, though, bro. Don't you understand that you are allowing the fact that you're having sex cloud your vision, where you have been used like a bitch? That is not.
Yeah, but I'll be honest, I never felt used. I was like, I got laid. I was still high-fiving my friends at the end of the night.
That happened to everybody.
Fancy, you know what that is? Fancy. You know what that is? That's called simping, bro. That's called simping. You understand?
No. It's not simping if I'm getting laid. 100%. If I'm getting my dick sucked, that is not simping. That's just getting laid, dude. Simping is when you pay a woman and yet receive no sexual gratification or reciprocation from her. That's simping. Yeah. But if you're getting laid, you're not simping. You're getting laid. That's the whole point of the game. So this is the problem. This is the mindset of men versus women. Women, if a man doesn't commit to her. Sorry, go ahead, Peter.
No, I have a lot of people around. Yeah, everybody has those stories.
Since we have a Swedish person on, I have a breaking news here. The Prime Minister, she's a she, Magdalena Andersson, stated 6 days ago that Sweden will not take in Ukrainian refugees in nearly as large of a scale as they did with the Syrian and Iraqi refugees in 2015. She stated that other European states will have to pull a bigger load this time instead. So there you go. The meme has become real. Thanks.
You think I voted for her?
No.
He's just pointing out.
Yeah. Just saying that's basically what I was stating, that meme that the feminists will literally now be against.
Oh, they're going to stop all the good-looking Ukrainian women from coming.
For fuck's sake.
Tula, you go on quite a lot of dates.
Let them go here. Let them stay. Let the women come here.
I think we should allow all female Ukrainian women to migrate immediately to Britain. In fact, I'm willing to house some of them myself as a good-hearted British man who wants to help. Minimum 5 of them.
I can help them also.
I'm just saying, I'm offering my services as a humanitarian that wishes to help in this crisis. Damn you. and I'm not particularly choosy as long as they're 5'6", slender, with long blonde hair. That's the only criteria that I have. It's very simple. I'm a simple man.
Yeah, I mean, my mate went to Ukraine about 5 years ago. And he got married to one of the Ukrainian women out there, like, and she was a brunette. We want a blonde, but yeah.
That's okay. That's okay. We can always deal with that. We have peroxide in this country. It's okay. It doesn't have to be a blonde.
Remember one thing about Ukrainian women: the stereotype about them sucking your cash, like an Abrams tank is sucking fuel, is from somewhere.
Russia. That's a Russian thing.
Europeans, right?
I'm sorry, MC.
Here's the deal.
We're gonna take our chances.
Ukrainian woman. As much as I don't like to say that, they were living under the Russian boot for a while, so similarities are.
No, but that's what Russian women are like, dude. They're very different. Ukrainians and Russians are very fucking different. Russians definitely have expensive taste, yeah. Well, freaking Ukrainians, you know, it will. You know what I mean? I think they're a little bit more easygoing, man.
I think we can work with this, dude. I mean, you guys. I don't know if you can see the stream, but I think we can accommodate these poor refugee ladies. What is wrong with you guys? What happened to your humanity?
I've got a spare room, Banksy. I can fit at least 7
there you
or
go.
8.
You see, Real is offering his place. I'm offering mine. We are humanitarians here. What happened to your heart? What happened to your... We're here for the Ukrainian people.
Yes,
every one of them. Mostly the ones that look like this.
I don't find women I've not become gay yet. I've not become gay or anything yet. I'm still straight yet. But I see women's reality, man. Their faces are not good looking, bro. I prefer to look at a face of a man. I don't want to look at a woman's face, bro.
Okay. Imran, I'm sure we can find some Ukrainian men that will live with you too.
Yeah.
we're not discriminating.
Look at a man's face with a woman. What are you talking about, bro?
There's a book, it's called The Manipulated Man. This book is called The Manipulated Man. It's by a woman, right? It talks about a lot of the woman's manipulation, and what she's saying is true. A man's face and body is actually physically superior and better looking than a woman's. All these superior features is actually better looking. But we have been conditioned to look at women because they put makeup on and they are the objects. This is all a psychological. Once you see beneath,
Imran,
you know what you see beneath,
there are plenty of Ukrainian men, I'm sure.
The British women.
Yeah, I'll take her without makeup.
Yeah, I will take every one of them with makeup, without makeup.
Banksy, I just want to talk for a moment. As a Slav, you have noticed probably that usually our faces are round, men and women alike. It looks very good on a woman, but holy shit, it really is detrimental for the guys. You get me? A round shaped face.
Okay, sorry. Big up. Real. I didn't actually see you type in the chat. I wasn't keeping an eye. But yeah. So Real. What are we doing? How are we going to help the Ukrainian refugees that are gonna most?
I will take 3.
Peter is offering a 3. I myself.
One child.
I've got a double bed. Yeah, so what I'm saying is I could take possibly 3, but they need to be like size 6 to 8.
Yeah, that's my thing too as well. Preferably size 4s, but 6 to 6 maybe. I mean, it all really depends on how snug are we gonna be because we will have to actually crowd onto one bed mostly. Yeah. And it's a reasonable queen size. I could upgrade to a king size bed just to make sure everyone gets a comfortable sleep. I'm just looking out for the ladies' comfort.
Yeah.
But come on, man.
I can even buy a new bed.
Yeah, look, I'm just saying, I'm just putting this out into the world. Look, we had the refugees from Syria and from fucking Afghanistan and from Iran and Iraq, and they were all fucking mustachioed men with fucking mobile phones. Why can't we take in a few good-looking ones? What's wrong with us just taking a few hot Ukrainian women? We took all the mustachioed men from fucking Iran. I don't find them as attractive as Imran Everyone clearly does.
Do you reckon that's why? Do you reckon that's why the UK haven't sent in the troops to get me? Because they want them to all fucking claim asylum in the UK.
We first get the refugees influx, and then we'll send the tanks in before the men decide to migrate over.
But these women will be hard though, Banksy, man. They would want money. These Ukrainian women, I think they want some money or something.
Look,
these East Europeans.
They are refugees. They are going to have their standards will be vastly lowered.
So you don't know that.
I've been to Ukraine, and it cost me £50 to stay in a 1-bedroom studio apartment.
There you go.
For a week.
There you go. So clearly, we are looking at a different. The exchange rate alone is going to give us a tremendous level of advantage.
The exchange rate is not going to help you, bro. You got a long way to go, man, for these girls.
I don't know.
There's not. It's probably not going to come our way.
Look, Imran, I'm willing to take the chance. Okay, I'm going to take a risk.
These are very family orientated, for real. Like generally speaking, from what my mate told me, because he actually speaks Ukrainian.
Yeah,
and
traditional women.
Huh?
They are traditional women.
They are. They're traditional dudes. They're definitely.
Can I get 2 blondes?
They got a lot of family values, man.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if we have to have a catalog where we can actually go and like choose the refugee we want, but I think that would be potentially a good thing. I'll take 2 from this page and I'll take 2 from that page.
I think Putin would take them, bro, to be honest, man. I think Putin would kidnap.
Fuck Putin. Putin's the one who's doing this to us.
You think he's gonna let him come this way?
Now the thing is,
okay, just a moment. Let's make it clear. Putin in his own country have so much pussy that he doesn't even know what to do with all of it.
Exactly. He's swimming in that pussy.
He's got oligarchs. He's got all these people. He's got to help. Get me. He's got all these men. He's got to pay off, bro. Come on, man.
Yeah, Putin's fine, man. Putin's swimming in Russian pussy, man. He's not going to.
And I mean, Banksy, I'll tell you something funny. By the way, one of his girlfriends. Just a moment, let me speak. One of his Russian girlfriends were called have a surname Yebayeva, but in the Russian language, word yebach means fuck.
Fuck.
I'm not joking.
So her girlfriend.
Fuckieva, basically. She could rename herself to Fuckieva.
Isn't Putin married with children and shit?
Well, he was married, but I don't know for now how it is with him.
I see. Well, either way. Sorry, Peter, you were going to say something. I do apologize. Go ahead, Peter.
No, I'm waiting for them to come.
No, it's okay. You can go now. This is your spot. Are you good? No,
my spot. I was going to say something else, but
you forgot. That's okay. We'll come back. We'll circle back to Peter.
I'm just waiting for them to come.
I think it's the image of this woman.
They're going to Poland, and they will take the ferry here.
Oh yes, that's true. Yeah. That is true. But to be honest with you, I think this is the only time where I will agree with illegal immigration, or certainly refugees are welcome. I'm going to Dover tomorrow. I'm going to take a sign that says "Refugees welcome." Only these times.
Yeah. They won't even come to England, bro, man. They'll go like France or somewhere else, man. Germany.
Dude.
They're not these other ones, bro. We don't get these good ones, bro.
We're not gonna get. We're the last in the line.
We don't get these ones, bro.
Have you not been in central London, bro? Like, take a stroll down Oxford Street, bro. There's bare sexy women everywhere, man.
Why don't we just take a road trip to the border of Poland?
I'm telling you, man. I'm telling you, MC. I'm coming to your house, and then we're gonna fill up the minivan full of refugees. I'm gonna hire a van, and we're gonna just stack them in there.
Once bare Europeans in Central, bro.
It's like cigarettes, except it'll be just bare ass.
Hold for a moment. We haven't think that through. We can be rich. I mean, we can use those refugees and sell them after that.
Well, I mean, I don't want to encourage people trafficking. I just want to help the refugees.
Ago. And I'm only thinking about business, because war is business. And when we have that occasion, imagine we can fill up and let everybody in and sell filling up to everybody else. That's
no, that's evil, mate. That's evil. If you didn't know that already.
Happens. Did someone just drop off?
Listen, you know what?
Did someone try to share a video or something? I don't know.
Yeah, I tried the options here.
Oh God! Stop messing around with the options, Aaron. Just leave them alone. Yeah, that's the only problem with this thing is there isn't a centralized admin.
Okay, no,
you have to trust
I was just joking. We ain't gonna be selling Slavic babes to anybody.
Muslims can have 4. So.
Well, there you go. So I mean, since I'm from the Middle East, it is literally
settled with too.
Exactly. Peter's right. I mean, since I'm from the Middle East, I mean, I don't know about you guys, you heathen non-believers, but I'm from the Middle East, so I am allowed, literally by God, to have 4 women. So, so for me, it's my divine right to have 4 women.
Are you actually gonna have that though? Are you gonna have that? Because I'm trying to set this up, man. I think I'm on the verge. I've got 3, bro, that want to live with me, bro. I think hopefully I can get this.
3. You have 3, and 5 minutes ago you were telling me about the beautiful face of a man. So I don't know if those 3 women are gonna get what they need. Damn! Someone else is sharing a screen. Erundo, stop sharing your fucking screen.
So it works, okay?
Yeah, it works, but don't fuck around. This is a very tight show, and admittedly, it doesn't matter. You can change your screen here, but I'm keeping, because I just I'm constantly worried about certain unorthodox individuals, but I've got control of the OBS, so that's all good. Okay, gentlemen, let's because this is ran way longer than I normally intend. I normally intend to like have an hour, 2-hour show, and this is like 4 hours, and I need to go to sleep. And most importantly, I need to take some of these images and do something nasty to them. So after looking at all these Ukrainian women, I got to do something fucking nasty this evening, which will require me to shower extensively.
Just want to state, I was quiet the whole time.
So Banksy,
this whole degeneracy was
you'll
going
be shooting,
on. I think next time I have to speak out, because we all know silence is violence.
Silence is violence.
So no, I would like to say two things. First of all, to make sure I will be allowed to other countries anymore. I was just joking with the human trafficking. Please don't ban me from entering UK or any other country. Thank
goodness you were just joking about the human trafficking.
I fucking haven't finished.
Go.
So Banksy, you want to tell me all of those Ukrainian chicks that I have seen on pictures, you'll be making artillery precision strikes with white shells of yours?
Absolutely, organic white shells. So homemade
for them, fresh Iranian British flavor.
Oh, there goes Peter. Sorry, did Peter leave of his own accord, or did someone kick him?
No, I didn't.
No, I think he must have left by himself, because he was
anyway,
having a lot of
Banksy, I just wanted to say that.
Sorry, I have no filter, and I don't plan to have it.
Okay.
I'm such a nice person. Obviously, when I heard what you was planning, I thought that I'm a humanitarian as well.
Exactly. Us humanitarians should always come together.
Oh, the fucking boomers! I said, we have to take power here, guys. We have to take power.
We
can't let this go on.
Okay, Erundo, final thoughts?
No, I said everything. I hope I gave you a good summary of all the different perspective on this war. It is so complicated. We can talk hours upon hours of that, but there will be plenty of time over the next days, I think.
And you know what? Yeah, just as you said that, Erundo, I do actually have a 24-hour channel, so make sure you subscribe to It's Just Real Live.
There you go, Just Real Live, people. Go there, like and subscribe. Actually, yeah, I don't know if any of you guys actually been to Reels. You should check out Reels. It's not bad. Although Jupiter hates your ass right now, Reel. Jupiter hates your ass right now. She is so fucking hating on you is unbelievable. But yeah, go to Reels and subscribe, because I don't really care. I don't have any hate for anyone. Okay, Erundo's done. Peter, You've come back. Your final thoughts. I'm wrapping up the show, so please give me your final take on this. Any thoughts on the current situation?
I'm just thinking about the Ukrainian women.
I see you're now all hotting up over that.
I'm sitting here waiting for them. So
yeah.
No, it's horrible. Of course.
It is. No, don't get me wrong. On a serious level, yeah. No, this is a terrible situation, and we hope and we pray for the Ukrainian people, and hopefully the international community will sort this out and come to a nice, a good resolution for them.
For sure, I will be not praying about anything because it ain't gonna do anything for them.
Yeah. I mean, you know what kind of that's just a hollow gesture.
Yeah, I know it's a colloquialism to say we don't agree with what is happening.
Yeah.
I mean.
It's the same. America sends weapon and Russia will take them.
Exactly.
So.
Yeah, let's hope.
Listen, Russians probably will get straight to the point, and knowing how they were behaving when they quote unquote were liberating Eastern Europe, as they would like to say that. Yeah, liberating from the rest of the possessions, resources, of course, liberties. Not to mention everything from virginity that moved from 8 to 80 years old.
Yeah. Okay, Imran, would you like to... actually, no, Imran's gone. Oh, shit. I thought Imran was still with us. Okay, gentlemen, thank you so much for coming. Thank you for all your comments and your time. It has been awesome. Let's do this. I do this once a week, every Friday at 8 o'clock. So if you guys wish to join me. But I will say it is far better to have an alcoholic drink whilst you do this show than it is without it. So, yeah. Get hammered heavily before you come here.
Big up yourself, thanks, man.
Big up everyone. Thank you, everyone. I'm gonna say transition and jump off this panel. You guys can carry on talking if you wish, or you can just leave. But it's up to you. Have a great evening.
Back over to mine.
There you go. You can all go to Reels and continue the conversation over there. I'm just gonna wrap this up. Have a wonderful evening, everyone. Take care. Bye. Okay. Thank you, boys and girls. It is just us. Now, there's a couple of things I want to finish off with, but the panel conversation is done, and it was good. It was a good one. I liked it. Actually, it picked up a little bit towards the end. It was a little bit dry most of the evening. Just Ukraine. I was trying to shake it up. I gotta actually intervene and shake it up a little bit quicker. Sooner, but thank you everyone in the chat. Now I'm gonna do the final wheel of cunt. So here we are with the wheel of cunt. We will see what the wheel of cunt has to say about well, of course, I mean, it's gonna have to be Vladimir Putin. Who else would it be on the wheel of cunt? I mean, I was gonna do Joe Biden as well. Actually, we might do a Joe Biden, but definitely Vladimir Putin is now tonight's special guest of the Wheel of Cunt. So let's see what the Wheel of Cunt has to say about our good man Putin. Okay, all right. We have one cunt. Everyone, note one cunt. Okay, we always do we always do best out of 3, so we shall give Mr. Putin another spin. The wheel of cunt, the wheel of cunt, the wheel of cunt, the wheel of cunt. And we have 2 cunts. I mean, at this stage, it's not even worth doing the third one, but nevertheless, we will still do the third one just to see what the Wheel of Cunt has to say at the final spin. The Wheel of Cunt, the Wheel of Cunt, the Wheel of Cunt. Oh, he got one fam. But of course, we know that even though this last particular spin was fam, but nevertheless, he's mostly a cunt. So thank you, Mr. Putin. Now, I'm going to do Joe Biden, just for the sake of the fact that I had this image ready to go. Weekends at Biden's. So let's see what Joe Biden gets on the wheel of cunt. It's the wheel of cunt. The wheel of cunt. Oh yeah, that's one cunt. There we go. One more. Actually, two more. It's the wheel of cunt. The wheel of cunt. Oh, yep, definitely a cunt. Most definitely a cunt. And as always, we will give Mr. Biden one more spin. But he's already 2 out of 3 cunts, so I mean he's pretty much a cunt. But you never know. You never know. Oh no. The wheel of cunt is definitely. Let's go, Brandon. Let's go, Brandon. Yes. Okay, that's it. That's our wheel of cunt for this evening. Let me just pop it here. All right, guys and girls, thank you for showing up tonight to tonight's event, tonight's show. I hope you all had a wonderful evening. I hope everything was nice and fun. I don't know. I tried to do it as fun as I could. But sorry guys, I'm actually looking for the next song to play us out with. So yeah, that's it guys. That's it. We're done. Another drunken troll show over with. Next week we'll be doing it again at 8 o'clock. So remember, 8 o'clock every Friday. Get a drink, get yourself fucking hammered before you start this show. I'm gonna set up more happy and fun shit to do, because this was depressing, the first part. I mean, I'll be honest though, we the Ukrainian people, our love and thoughts go out to them. Unfortunately, sometimes in this world you feel a little bit small, you feel so hopeless. I mean, here's a group of people that you would love to help, but you really can't. We really have no ability. All we can do is maybe get together, maybe try to help actually the genuine refugees who are going to come over. You got to recognize that. Let's hope that we can genuinely help the Ukrainians. They are Europeans after all. They are our cousins, certainly in humanity and in Europe. So see what you can do. See if you can volunteer. If you don't have money, volunteer your time. Do the weekends, do something. I'm gonna try and talk to Pavlov and see what we can do, and maybe put some shows together, and put some real solutions to the refugees that are gonna come and how we're gonna actually assist them. That is something that is genuine. I'm not joking. That's a real thing that we should do. And don't get me wrong, I think the Syrians and Iranians and Afghans and Iraqi refugees are just as legitimate, but a lot of those guys are economic migrants. I'm not going to lie to you, but these Ukrainians are going to be real hard, desperate refugees, and I hope we can absorb them and help them for as long as we can until their country gets together. And I hope the international community really stands up to Putin. We got to stop worrying about pronouns and worry about real invasions and real wars and get back to the basics. We've spent way too long in the West getting soft and worrying about rainbow colors and gender pronouns and whether a person is a zer or a they and all this other bullshit. We have to recognize the world is a harsh, cruel and bad place. And we have to get back to the basics, people. We forgot. We've become way too soft in Europe. And we've got to get our shit together. This shit can't, we can't keep going the way we are. We're going to get railroaded by very, very ambitious and bad people in the world. It's not just a couple of terrorists in a van. This is a fucking world nuclear power. So, yeah, got to get our shit together. But in the meanwhile, look after yourselves, look after your family, love yourselves, love your family, love everyone around you, and try to spread that, because karma is a thing. Maybe. I don't know. I'm an atheist. I just think that whatever you project out, you will get it in return. And if you project love and happy and generosity and kindness, then people tend to reciprocate that. That's my life experience. I found, being an asshole on the internet tends to get you more assholes. Being a nice person in the real world tends to get you surrounded with nice people. So, yeah, have each other's backs, people. I'm going to play us out with another femme belling track, and I don't know, try to keep our spirits up.
Might seem crazy what I'm about to say. Sunshine, she's here, you can take a break. I'm a hot air balloon that could go to space. In the air, like I don't care, baby, about your way. 'Cause I'm happy, clap along if you feel like a room without a roof. Clap along if you feel like happiness is the truth. Clap along if you know what happiness means to you. Clap along if you feel like that's what you wanna do. Here come bad news talking this and that. Well, give me all you got, don't hold it back. I should warn you, I'll be just fine. No offense to you, baby, 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 don't waste your time. 'Cause I'm happy, clap along if you feel like a room without a roof. Clap along if you feel like happiness is the truth. Happiness is to you. Clap along if you feel like that's what you wanna do. If you feel like a room, like a room, like a room, like a room without a roof. Clap along if you feel like happiness is the truth. Clap along if you know what happiness is to you. Clap along if you feel like that's what you wanna do.